Bop, bop.
Oh my gosh! I honestly thought that we were just about to get you baited like that.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bada-bum.
Ty's gone.
I'm back.
Let's
Dude,
go,
Kurt,
boys.
what you sipping on, bro?
I grabbed a Bali High Tiki Rum Mai Tai
Ooh.
straight from LA, from the hotel lobby. Thought it was one of those nights, boys. I got to get ready for this table I'm about to jump through in a week or two. So.
I
love
grabbed
that.
a sport drink sponsor. Insert you here.
Insert in you.
Oh, I've got Rob Gronkowski's brother's company, Ice Shaker. Could be you.
Possibly you.
Tyler, your turn.
Tyler, could you give us an intro, like a YouTube intro? You've been really good at them lately.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. All right. What's going on, guys? We're back again. Benkert and the Blevins Bros, episode 15. And today we are cooking up something nice for you. And I'm not just talking about parlays or Parmesan. That's right. Tommy DeVito is where we're pretty much going to start off the show today. And let me tell you right now, it's going to be magnifique. So stay tuned, strap in and strap on and get ready.
Let's get it. Oh my God.
Ooh, I need that. Give me that.
Dude, I'm all jazzed
ready,
up
dude.
now. We're back together again after a couple of interesting weeks.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to say, there's some good football left to be played, some really, really big games. And if the NFL doesn't flex all of them, because I don't think there's more than one good primetime game left besides maybe Lions-Broncos, and that's not like that's a heater. Like, can we please get some of these games flexed?
This last have we ever had a 4-week stretch where like nobody knows? Like
Right.
this?
I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy, man. I was going through even just like the last bit of the playoff thing that you were talking about, JB. I was messing around with it, and I got to a point where because I had the Giants winning a couple games, and I can go back and check on which ones I had them winning, but I had the Giants winning a couple games, and dude, like the Giants could actually make the playoffs and bump the Eagles down to like the 5th seed. So if the last game, week 18, if the Giants win against the Eagles, which like right now, anything could happen. If they win that game, dude, the Giants make it.
There are still 30
At
teams
8-9.
that are mathematically still in the running.
Okay, we need a stat check on that. What's the latest in the season that like that many teams have been mathematically available?
Yeah, I
Well, it can't be. This has to be a record because this is only year. I believe this is only year 2 of 18 weeks.
Yeah, that's
right. So that's always going to happen a little bit more when there's an extra game.
We love that.
No ties this year yet, right? No.
Not that I know of. I think I would
there
have
a tie
known.
the first week or no? Am I trolling?
No, there's no ties.
No, weird year to not have ties. Like it's
Dude, I wish you could bet that. I would totally bet that you get one tie before the season ends.
Of course.
Throw 10 on that, dude. I don't even know what you'd put those ons at.
Yeah.
We have an insane show today, guys. I'm super pumped for everyone to be back. We have one of my new favorite segments as well. We're going to kick it off with that. We just got done with a crazy weekend and a doubleheader Monday night of football. Real quick, did you guys notice that the games were like matched up a ton of different times? They kicked field goals going in at halftime at the same time. There was a turnover at the same time. Can you guys hear that noise?
No.
Okay, good. People are subbing and stuff, and I can hear it in here because I have a new sound system. Sorry. As long as you can't hear it, doesn't bother me.
You're good.
It's insane. And like at the end of the game, just multiple times where I'm like, it's just synced up. It's weird. I don't like the 2 games at the same time.
No.
2 chicks at the same time.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Hey, what?
Office Space reference.
If I had $1 million, man.
What would you do?
Besides 2 chicks at the same time? Well, yeah, of course.
What would you do?
Sorry.
Well, we're going to go to
Absolutely
my new
nothing.
favorite segment, and here's what I want you guys to do. I want you each to go through it on your own. So go through all 3, take about 45 seconds to a minute, and then we can comment on each other's after. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of these incredible clips that we continue to get. I don't care who goes first. But we're doing touchdowns, turnovers, and touchbacks. For those who are new, we've done this segment a couple times. Touchdown is an award you're handing out for an absolute stud from the weekend. A turnover is a dud award who is just absolutely embarrassing over the weekend. And then a touchback is just boring, who is boring from the previous weekend. So tutties, turnovers, and touchbacks. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I got a little something.
Yeah,
Oh.
who's stepping up? Who's
I
stepping
got a
up?
little something. Dude, all right. So give me the touchdown, dude. Give me the Giants taking out the Packers. Tommy DeVito having a game. I know we're gonna get into him. So that's my touchdown.
We're gonna get into him.
We're gonna get into him for sure. Turnovers, dude. Give me the Lions again against the Bears. Massive turnover. So disappointing. It continues to happen time and time again. What it feels like, but so give me the Lions for the turnover of the week, and the touchback of the week. Give me the Vikings game.
Ooh.
What an absolute snooze fest! I was borderline about to put $1,000 on 0-0. Like that's how that's how unbelievably boring and ridiculous that game was. And and that's it. Those are my picks.
I like that.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna go touchdown. Give me Zack Wilson, channeling his inner ayahuasca and saying, "What do I have to lose?" Just going out there and slinging it with no regard against a good Texans defense. As far as my turnover, I'm gonna give it to Tyreek Hill because he cost me my fantasy first round bye.
Yeah, he cost me a lot actually too. But
and he cost me my player props that he came back in that would have gotten they would have got voided. Basically on Sleeper, if you get a player prop and he doesn't play in the second half at all, they void it. He brings his ass back in at the end of the game to unvoid my voidable entry, cost me money, cost me fantasy, and I'm not happy because I needed that bye. I have Keenan Allen who might be out, and I have CJ Stroud, or Keenan Allen is out. CJ Stroud's probably going to be out.
That's tough,
and I
dude.
might just throw the entire fantasy bag because he decided to throw his own bag. So he's going to be my turnover. And then my touchback of the week, give me Arthur Smith. Just coaching. Give me Arthur Smith's coaching. He's, right there to win games with his team and then right there to lose them. And you don't know what he's going to do each week because he doesn't know what he's going to do each week. And you just never know. And so shout out to Arthur Smith for keeping us all guessing with his snooze fest of decision making.
Kurt, did you see, great job, Ty and Kurt, by the way, on these awards so far. Did you see that Tyreek Hill's wife sent him a message to get back in the game?
Yeah, she owes me money.
Dude, look, what do you mean? I think he owes her money, bro. Did you tell me she didn't have him in a parlay?
Dude, maybe she did.
Telling him to get back in?
Is he checking his phone on the sideline? Is that even allowed?
Yeah, halftime.
Halftime. Oh, no way.
Yeah.
How often does that happen? How often is a player at halftime actually checking their phone?
I mean, it's like habit. Like you go back, if you're like playing, you don't really check it. But like everybody that's not playing can't wait to get back to your locker to like check out what's going on around the league, especially on Sunday games.
Wait, you're checking out what's going on around the league? I need you focused, Kurt.
I was a practice squad guy. I was just like, let me go check my phone real quick.
Kurt can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, check some text from my wife, but I'm like, yo, did you see this like catch or whatever?
Dude, that's fascinating to me. I imagine they go back, they get massages, they get water, and then coach just lights them up for 10 minutes. You're telling me that
it is a quick turnaround, but you do have time at your locker. And it's typically like it's a full-on sprint to the urinals because like there's only like 10 or so in the locker room, like in a stretch, and like everyone's got to piss. So it's just this massive funnel into the pisser.
Wow. Do offensive linemen just pee themselves ever?
I believe so. Not like it's not like an often thing that they do, but like I guarantee you it's happened before.
Yeah, I'd imagine too.
That's fascinating.
There was a guy in a bowl game that I played in when I was at East Carolina. We played against UF, and he shit himself. White pants.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Dude, Graham Glasgow was just being interviewed on Pride of Detroit during their charity stream. He's the right guard right now for the Lions. He played for Denver, played for Detroit before that, and has been moved around a lot because the Lions just can't seem to get everyone on the line healthy. So he's been playing center, and he made a comment saying that Jared Goff hates his swamp ass.
Dude, okay, that's a real problem. Some centers are sweatier than others, and they just drip on the ball. And
it's disgusting.
If you ever see a ball come out of Jared Goff's hands that's like super like what the fuck? It probably was a swamp ass sweaty ball.
Oh my god.
No, for real. And like so Lucas Patrick was the same way with the he's actually with the Bears now. He was with the Packers, and Aaron made him wear like a Gatorade towel in his pants to like soak up and like swap the Gatorade towel out.
Wow.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
Wow.
Swamp ass. Real problem. And they just, because you think they're sitting over the ball and they're just dripping. And so like by the time you get the ball, it's just swamp ass, sweaty, gross ball.
Right. It's like raining.
Ty's like, what did I walk into?
That's all I need to hear, bro. Swamp ass, sweaty, gross ball. What's next?
Yeah, dude. All right, Chris, you're up, buddy.
Yeah. So, hey guys, My touchdown this week is going to go to Dak Prescott.
Here we go. I hate that. Here we
And the Dallas coaching staff. I don't know if you guys have noticed at home, but Mike McCarthy seems to be making better decisions. I read a huge article about how they have a whole new analytics team in the booths, like feeding McCarthy odds, and McCarthy's listening. So props to them. My turnover this week goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers medical staff and the NFL concussion officer at the Steelers game, allowing TJ Watt to go back into that game. He is now in concussion protocol. Never should have put him back in jeopardy in that game. So they really dropped the ball on that one. And my touch back for the most boring whatever you could possibly be is this Kansas City Chiefs offense. Just get them off my TV. What happened?
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, they let Tyreek go, right? Didn't they? And then they said they didn't need him, or Tyreek the other way around.
Won a Super Bowl without him.
Yeah, they didn't win a Super Bowl without him, but now look at him, dude. Kelce's,
Dude, I used to like.
Last year was also a like down year for NFL teams. Like this year feels way more competitive. Where like Chiefs team of last year, I don't know if they would have won. They'd probably look the same as this year. They look kind of the same. They just like don't have things going their way the same way, but they weren't just like dominating last year either.
Right. Yeah, it was a lot of Mahomes heroics too.
And the Broncos sucked last year. So like you take away like
Broncos
those games
sucked this year.
Chargers. Whoa, now.
Easy.
But you have the
Sorry, it's
Chargers,
game week.
the Chargers, the Raiders. Like everyone's like slightly better this year, and the Chiefs are like slightly the same, if not slightly worse. So I just think, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, here's mine.
All right,
Touchdowns,
JB.
turnovers, and touchbacks. Give me Will Levis for a touchdown.
Oh yeah, man. What a save. He's
my
ripped,
dude.
by the way.
He's jacked. He's the Hulk out there. He's running around like crazy. That play, like I know he's gonna get roasted for putting his shoulder down and trucking that defender. But I'm glad he did it. Like it motivated the heck out of that team, and he threw some lasers, boys. He threw some lasers into double coverage that, like, if he was inaccurate, it would have been picked.
Hopkins stepped up, man.
Yeah, well done,
Hopkins
Will
has
Levis.
been doing great. He's had. I mean, he's averaging like. So this is what we put that little mini parlay on. I think Chris was like plus a 21-yard reception.
Yep,
he hit it. Yeah, he hit it. I mean, he's just he's getting like three. You're looking at him. He's got 3 catches for like 90 yards. He's very much like Tyreek Hill in the sense of like you'll see him get 2 or 3 receptions and have like almost 100 yards or something like that, and it's like. Jesus.
Big plays.
And it's not because of his speed. It's just because he's open or they're throwing to him. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
My turnover is actually going to be the Detroit Lions offensive line, which like when you just miss one guy, I get it that being in a rhythm is really important, and it's unfortunate that they haven't been able to be in a rhythm all year, even though they've been really good for the most part. But there was nothing happening in that Bears game, in a game where we needed them more than anything to just dominate. And then of course. That leads me to my touchback because it's not just the O-line's fault. Ben Johnson saved. Listen, I'm half happy that game went the way it did and that these last 4 weeks happened because who's going to hire him as a head coach now? Like he was the number 1 head coaching candidate 4 weeks ago, and I'm sure he'll get interviewed now. But I'm thinking he's coached himself into maybe one more year being the offensive coordinator for the Lions, and I do like him overall. So I'm glad we get to keep him. What a boring game plan.
Because he is right now, I know for a fact, number 1 on the Chargers and Panthers list. So,
did you guys hear that somebody from the Panthers called? Who did I hear this from? I might have been from TikTok. Somebody from the Panthers, somebody within the Panthers called him and said, "Do not come here. It is terrible."
I believe it.
Yeah, they're like, it is terrible to be here. Do not take a head coaching job here.
It's probably Deuce Staley.
It was like you will not be listened to. You like it. Do not come here. And it's like, let's go.
Do not come.
Oh my god!
And then here's Ben Johnson next year. I'm gonna come.
25 million. I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Listen. Did you hear the news today? Did you hear that we are going to do a live show? Not in London next year. Not a sports show in London. Not a sports show in Mexico even. But a sports show in Brazil.
Brazil.
Yo, we're going. We have to go, right? Did you hear this?
Take me to Brazil.
Let's go, dude. The NFL announced that there's going to be a regular season game in Brazil. I have a tweet I'd like to read to you from our good friend, Jeremy from Pride of Detroit.
Yep.
He says, the Dolphins are the only team with marketing rights in Brazil. If Miami and Detroit hold on to first place in the division, they'll each play each other in 2024 in Detroit. The NFC has the extra home game in 2024, so they'd give up the international game. I'm not saying, but
You're saying it could be a Finns, Lions, Brazil game.
I mean, wouldn't that be unbelievable? So my question to you is, would you go and do you think that that's awesome that we're going to Brazil, the NFL?
I mean, obviously, wherever we're going is huge, right? The NFL is one of those entities where it's like they're so massive. How do they reach different audiences? And definitely international is the next step in what they're doing. So, I mean, it was England, Germany, and now Brazil. Like, yeah, man, sign me up. I think, like, I've had a lot of people in my show, obviously, because of the sports show that we're doing, because I've been talking a lot more about the NFL and the Lions and stuff like that. I'm getting a lot of international people in my stream invested into football, and they love it. Like, once they understand, like, they're really, really liking it and enjoying watching it. So it's like, I think it's one of those things where people have to give it a chance. So yeah, man, Brazil, dude.
And Mina Kimes tweeted that their fans there are amazing, and that they're a lot of, like, a really good group that love the NFL. So that could be so crazy.
Yeah, I think, like, imagine if we could go back to being kids and experiencing football with fresh eyes for the first time. Like, how exciting it was to, like, dive in and, like, learn things and, like, fall in love with your favorite team for the first time. Like, right. I think that's kind of what, like, going global is for a lot of people.
Yep. Yeah, that could be.
Cool.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I don't necessarily want to give up a home game if the Lions are going to end up going there, but what better game would you want than those two teams? Just an offensive juggernauts going at each other.
That'd be a fun game. That'd be good TV.
I wouldn't put us as offensive juggernauts right now. Also,
dude, Ty's selling, bro. He's selling.
Just saying, dude.
We're number 7th overall in DVOA. We're still fine.
Why is Amon-Ra not getting the ball?
Well, he dropped the ball twice in the fourth quarter. Why is Aiden Hutchinson jumping off sides on 4th and 13 when they're in delay of game territory, bro? Like, what is happening, dude? You should you should fine Aiden Hutchinson for jumping off sides there. Fine him $10,000. No, you're just selling, dude. It's a division game. You're just absolutely selling. And, like, one of the guys was interviewed, I forget who it was, on the Bears after, and they're like, "Yeah, we have no idea why he jumped off. You know what I mean? It's 4th and 13. We're not gonna kick the field goal, but we were ready for them to jump if they did, and we just hit a great throw to DJ Moore, and you get a touchdown. It's disgusting, bro. It's like,
yeah, that was gross.
It was gross.
That was
gross.
Dude, when I
What's
see that,
worse,
I've been saying this for the last 4 weeks, Sean. When I see stuff like that happen, the first thing that comes to my head is same old Lions, dude.
Yeah, but you can't.
But I have to because that's what we've been trained to experience and trained to expect for the last 20 years.
At that point in the game, too, like, you guys had the game in the bag. Like,
dude, it was tie game. It was tie game. We're about to get the ball back, and, like, for all we know, we could have easily had an amazing drive and then been up 20-13.
I hear you, but you have to take it easy on Hutch, who's been nothing but almost perfect for 2 straight years. It's his first mistake all season.
It's 4th and 13, bro.
I understand.
It's 4th and 13. Owned it. They're not going to go for it.
He owned it. He didn't complain. He didn't complain after the game. He owned it. He's
he's
top 10 in pressures. He's killing it for us. You can't throw him under the bus, bro.
I love Ty's like emotion, because I used to be the same until I started, like, just kind of like John said, just letting myself, like, enjoy this season, knowing that we have a 99% chance to make the playoffs. So I'm just gonna let it ride.
Yeah, well, I'm enjoying the season too with a pit in my stomach every single game, waiting for Jared Goff to now throw an interception.
This is a great season. I hate myself.
But here, let me say this. We're gonna get to the actual Lions game in a little bit here. But can I just say, like,
sorry.
Every week, no, I'm just in response to you though. Every single week, right? This year, Goff has been killing it. He's got 4 games that have been a rough stretch, and so have the O-line. I'm on Ron, multiple drops last week.
4 games
which
are
is
in a row.
Not like him. I understand. But listen, you're talking about 7 years in a row, too, of everyone saying the same thing about Goff, right? Every year, people are like, Goff's great, Goff's bad, Goff's great, Goff's bad. All you have to do is clog the middle. Listen.
I hear you.
Hold on. All you got to do is clog the middle, and then take away them and put pressure on him and take away the middle so he has to throw outside. And everyone knows that every year. But then how come he gets to cook for 10 games before they figure it out again?
Because they're stupid and they just forget. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's not just that, dude. They're going to be fine. They're going to get it. They're going to get it together. It's going to be fine. Relax.
They're going to get it together.
Tyler, you're gonna be 7 beers deep at halftime, up 14 on the Broncos on Saturday night.
No one is like, I am a diehard Lions fan. I'm massive, but dude, like, that's why I'm so passionate about it, man. I sit there and I'm watching them. Like, we're dominating. We're breaking Lions records, right? Like, it's amazing. It's so fun to see. And then
And then
they just ripped the rug out from under me, bro. And I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm just caught with my pants down, bro. And I hate it. Like I'm sitting around here with Dallas fans who are like, how about them Cowboys?
Ty reminds me of that Bill Burr skit right now where he talks about like the abusive husband. I'm passionate. I'm passionate.
Dude, it's so frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. And then I got like literally here's the worst part is when I literally have Cloaksy, like Dennis, right? My friend Tim that are like, why did I bet $3,000 or $4,000 different, on the Lions winning in 8 different bets? Your team sucks. And I'm just like, and then I feel bad because I've been gassing up the Lions all year.
The Dallas Cowboys lost to the Cardinals.
I feel like I'm a part of that team, dude. I feel like I'm a part of that team. So when the Lions lose, I feel like I lose. And it's a terrible feeling, bro.
All right, Ty, let me ask you something real quick.
I respect that, dude.
Do you have that fire in your gut?
I have that fire in my gut, dude. I told Jared on my podcast, dude, AFK with Ninja. I told Jared, I said, listen, dude, if you guys ever need like someone to pump you up, if somehow Dan Gamble isn't getting the job done, I was like, FaceTime me and my brothers. We will like light the craziest fire underneath you guys. And I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm sad.
9-4, first time in 10 years. Disappointed.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. A loss to the Green Bay Packers,
dude, all I'm gonna
a loss
say,
to the Bears, and we almost lost to the Bears twice, by the way. Like,
what I'm gonna say is like, it's a scary feeling, like losing steam in December.
this is the worst time for it to happen.
Dude, we had that when I was with the Packers and we lost in 2021. We had an exit. We had a first round bye, then we lost to the 49ers. Like the last few weeks of the season, we weren't dominating anybody. And we were like, oh, we just need that bye. We need that bye to like kick us back up. And then we sucked ass against the Niners and lost. And it's like, but earlier in the season, dude, nobody could fuck with it. Nobody could mess with us. Like it was wild. But you start to have this doubt creep in, even as players, like everything, knowing that like, damn, we're not playing our best football in January. And that's like a really uncomfortable feeling.
But Kurt, don't you, in response to what you just said, I love what you just said, but don't you think now's the time then? You got 4 weeks left. We have the Broncos, the Cowboys in Dallas.
Like
on
this,
turf,
it's time to like turn it on. Like
it's
now.
time.
Yeah.
It's now.
And the Vikings twice. The Vikings twice.
Dude. The Vikings right now.
You guys should smush the Vikings.
We should
Nick Mullins.
them.
Nick Mullins has -3 rushing yards in his career.
I am so upset that Nick Mullins is playing. Like, I've obviously have like strong feelings about the whole Dobbs thing and like all that stuff, but like. He's gonna get Justin Jefferson back and get to play with him now, and Dobbs never got that. He got one play.
Is Jefferson gonna be in? Is he still like?
Today he said he's playing.
Yep. Yeah, that was what was announced. It's a Saturday game.
Oh, dude, that's just in time for the playoffs, bro. Let's go,
dude. All right, let's get Ty in a better mood here, okay? And all of us in a better mood because America right now is cheering for Tommy DeVito, the story we didn't know we needed. Like, unbelievable what is happening with him. The attention he got was like, honestly. No joke. I think they went to his agent and his parents more time than they've gone to Taylor Swift in the last few Chiefs games. And it was perfect. I was thoroughly amused.
This is it. There are Tommy DeVitos out there just never getting a chance to play. Imagine if Daniel Jones never got hurt. We would have been like turtling our way through the season watching that. And then Tyrod Taylor gets hurt. And all of a sudden, Tommy DeVito's got to come off the bench, third string guy, and he has nothing to lose and he's balling. Then, like, you have guys like that around the league that never get a chance to play.
Yeah, dude. The Benkert's on the bench, bro.
Dude, it's like it just brings a fire alive in me to watch guys like him go ball out, and you're like, Daniel Jones, $50 million a year. Tommy DeVito living in his parents' basement with maybe like $800K that he makes minimum salary.
Right.
If you're just looking for like production versus value of dollars. Like $50 million quarterbacks shouldn't exist in the capacity they do. Not so many of them. There's only like a few guys that like are worth that like exponential difference from like a really small salary. So that's my soapbox. But there are Tommy DeVitos out there.
Well, and I love that he got more than one game, right? Because you guys remember that first game?
Yeah,
dude, I remember
it was horrible.
I know. I remember
that.
Dude, the first interview came out, and I just remember him being like, "Yeah, my mom still does everything for me." And then I watched that game, and I was like, "Dude, can you get her to throw for you too?" Yeah. And like that's what I was thinking. And then now this just complete turnaround. He's electric. He's Russian.
You got to give guys a chance, man. And like that's the other thing is they're calling plays differently now that he's at a few weeks under his belt. Like they're calling things that fit him a little bit better.
Yeah.
And some of these coaches, dude, like they're not willing to go off the reservation of their scheme to just call plays that the guy under center is comfortable with. And it looks like the Giants are willing to do that, but they also have their back against the wall. They have nothing to lose. So like people don't need to play it quote safe. Where like I'm kind of disappointed in the Vikings. I was stroking Kevin O'Connell all year about how great he was doing in this and that. But like these last few weeks with Dobbs, like he's been under center a lot. Like they haven't been doing things to his strength. Not enough like rollouts. He's just been like getting just taken advantage of in the pocket. And I'm like, the first few weeks, you were calling shit that was catering to his skill set because he didn't know the offense yet. And now you're trying to bring it back to like what your offense is, but he's not that guy for that offense.
Right. And it didn't even work when he was doing what he was doing, he wasn't in the pocket.
No. And I'm just like, dude, like Kirk Cousins, I think was what, 4-4 or what was he when he got hurt? I think he was 3-4 when he got hurt. He started to go on like a 2-game stretch.
Yeah, no. He was on like a 3 or 4 game stretch. Like they were 0-4. I don't think they won a game, and then he went on like a big stretch.
Yeah,
and then,
so like
and then
they were
hurt.
just about 500, right? Like record wise.
Sounds right.
Okay, so then Dobbs comes in, and what are they in the 5 games that he's played in? They're 3-2. Like, yeah, he had 2 good games and then 2 not great games, and the last game was just a disaster completely offensively. But like, they're not willing to just cater their offense to whoever's under center. And Tommy DeVito and their offensive coordinator, they're actually doing it. The offense looks a little different than when Daniel Jones was in. Tommy DeVito plays different than him. But
Kurt, let me ask you this real quick, dude. Why do you think the coaching staff doesn't know this when they spend all training camp, every practice? Like, how come they can't see the potential that some of these guys you're talking about who deserve chances should have or should get?
John, it's because they spent $50 million already.
yeah.
No, but not all of them have. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of the time, like I'll just use me for example. When I was in Green Bay, every single thing that I was required to do was not about me. It was about how close can you replicate Aaron in every situation. So like when I'm in, I had to do Aaron's footwork. I had to do Aaron's reads. I had to do Aaron's this and that. Where like when you become the guy, like Jordan, what he's doing now, he doesn't have to replicate the one. Now they're blending everything to what is his skill set. And so like that stuff doesn't change unless there's not someone above you that's taken out of the picture.
And Kurt,
yeah,
would you say that like there's a locker room to that too? Like aren't the coaches like that's my guy? Like don't you feel like they have the starters back?
Oh, always. Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, and dude, this is the stuff in the NFL that's crazy to me, which it just is what it is. So like, for example, when I was in Atlanta, I was behind Matt Ryan and Matt Schaub. Matt Ryan and Matt Schaub were like 10 plus years older than me. I was the youngest guy in the room by a lot for 3 years. And everything that I had to do was I had to replicate what Matt Ryan did. Matt Schaub had been in the league for so long that like he actually got our quarterback coach the job in Atlanta, like through the grapevine, because he was his quarterback coach in Houston, like in 2007, 2008, whatever. So like when I got there, you don't understand the dynamics between coaches and players, especially vet players, because a lot of times vet players either like that situation got the coach the job or the coach brought the vet player because they'd already spent time together. They don't have to relearn each other. And that's why coaches and players travel so much together, because they're human. Like it's just part of it. But like when I went into that situation, I was like, oh, like I'm going to be competing. Like there's no competing. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah.
I was the number 3 no matter what, because the number 2 got the coach the job. Like that's just how the NFL works. And once I accepted that, it was like, oh, okay, like I can kind of chill out a little bit with my competitiveness, because you're really just trying to keep your job for as long as you can and then be ready if your opportunity comes up. You're not really competing against people.
Interesting.
Like, very rarely, which that's like a whole different mindset shift from college, where it's like, dude, I got to like grind this shit out to get this job so that I can play.
So would you say, and unless a coach says, like, we're going to decide after training, like, you know what I mean? Like if there's a QB battle, so to speak, like there was with Mayfield, I never believed that.
Never.
Then you would say there's pretty little competition in the locker room.
Exactly. And that's like when I was younger, like in the NFL, I had people hit me up like, bro, like you're going to beat out the spot. I'm like, literally shut up, because it drove me nuts because there's no competition.
Okay.
It isn't, especially when you're an undrafted guy. Like you're competing with like a guy that's on the fringe as well. And I was always the third guy when I was on a team. So it was just like, there was no competing there. There was no competing when I was in Green Bay, obviously, because Jordan and Aaron were there. And then when I went to San Francisco, I was behind Brock Purdy. So it was just like, hey, we're giving Brock every single rep possible to get him ready just in case we need him. Like, just be ready for the scraps. And so that's just kind of how the NFL is.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Awful. Terrible.
That's honestly why I walked away, because it's just like, why am I gonna want to just like have no like opportunity to go forward unless somebody gets hurt? Like, and for 5 years nobody got hurt in front of me. It was just like,
Yeah, you're basically at that point. You're just like, am I going to sit here and wait for a Kurt Warner type situation?
yeah,
Which is a 1 in 50, 1 in 100, and for maybe 1 in 10 for 2 games, but for an entire season,
Yeah.
1 in 1,000.
Dude, and it's a lot of work behind. Obviously, everything that you have to do to get ready as a professional athlete takes all year long, and it's like some guys just don't get the chance, and then it's just time to move on to other things.
Okay.
Yep, 100%. Real quick before we go on to the next thing, can I just say, the agent for DeVito is every vibe I've ever wanted to see in an NFL agent. It brings me back like 60 years.
Feels like I'm in a movie.
Dude, I just want to be in the room. I just want to be in the room, and he's like, listen, we've got Taco Bell, Olive Garden, and McDonald's. They want deals. No. Listen to me. We go Buca de Beppo. You have to serve stracciatoli, lasagna, or we're out. And it's $2 million.
We're gonna wait until they come with an offer we can't refuse.
Like, I can't. I love it. Like all of it, every bit of it. And there's no way he was on the phone when he was on the field. No chance. Absolutely no shot. That was absolutely staged. Just sitting there on his phone. He's got the top hat on.
On the phone with Olive Garden.
Yeah. I mean, it was just amazing. And they're kissing each other on the sidelines in that Italian way. And they're serving chicken parm and lasagna at the tailgate.
Dude, him and the dad
everything.
kissing each other was just like awesome. Like both swapping cheek kisses and like,
yeah.
It was
Dude,
awesome.
it's what you want to see, dude.
I just thought it was so wholesome. I really thought it was super wholesome, the whole thing. The whole story's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that there's been something what was the last like big noise in New York for the Giants? Really, I would say it was Saquon, right? Like player wise, right?
I would even say maybe Odell.
Yeah.
Odell
he
Saquon.
was electric those first few years.
Yeah, man. And then like now, like, dude, talk about like the right place, the right time, the right guy, the right state. I mean, dude,
they needed something.
Dude, and it's like, dude, come on. Like, this guy's Italian, man. He's from New York, man. I mean, he's playing in New York. This is amazing. This is perfect. This is like the perfect storm. Because this guy could have been playing anywhere. You know what I mean?
If he was an Italian playing in Miami, like nobody would have given a shit.
Dude, no one would care.
Because he lives in Jersey.
Dude, like, listen, I'm imagining the script right now. Right, the NFL script, they joked about it at the beginning of the season in the commercials, right, where they're all sitting around the round table. And what if someone was like,
what if we have an Italian quarterback on the Giants' third string come out of nowhere and dominate and bring the Giants to potential playoffs
and beat the Packers
and beat the Packers in a field goal? Did you guys? My head's everywhere. Did you guys see the clip of returning to America or coming to America?
Yes, with Eddie Murphy.
With Eddie Murphy when he goes, did you see the game where the Giants beat out the Green Bay?
Yes.
The field goal. It's like he predicted that in like 19 whatever. Oh, crazy.
That
is fun.
So funny, man.
Come on, man.
All right, listen, Zack Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
I did not think we were going to talk about him anymore this season, or maybe even ever. I was a huge fan of his in college. I really, honestly, I think I'm on Twitter somewhere saying that I wanted the Lions to draft him before we traded Stafford for Goff, and that whole thing happened.
Dude, wait. Before you go forward, if Zack Wilson could play like he did on Sunday consistently, would he be an elevation from Jared Goff?
Not to me. I don't know. I've never.
Feeling wise,
I don't know. I've never. Dude, here's my question. I can't answer your question yet because I don't know. But he balled out the other day. How? How do you? And when you say he had nothing to lose, he had nothing to lose the first time.
I don't know. He was under a lot of pressure if you think about it, dude.
But he got.
I
Hear me out. Last year, right, under tons of pressure. He was under tons of pressure last year. He was almost ran out of town. Aaron Rodgers comes in, mentors him, says he likes him, takes his back, backs him. And then he's got nothing to lose. Pressure. But no, he's got nothing to lose. And then all of a sudden,
he had a lot to lose.
He's benched.
And then Salah comes up to you, big, and just goes, you just need to not lose us the game.
Well, then he doesn't have guts. Then to me, he just doesn't have guts. But what do you guys think about Zack Wilson? And are the Jets even close to alive?
Dude, the Jets are probably not alive this year. But what I'm going to say is, the whole thing with Zack Wilson, he had to play with the pressure of if he gets benched, he may never play football again.
Right.
Then he got benched. And in his mind, he may never play football again. Then he got this golden opportunity of, hey, Now we have no other choice but to play you because Tim Boyle did not do it. We cut him. Trevor Siemian didn't do it. He's back on the bench. We have nothing, Zach, and we need you. And what did he say? He got off the couch, sitting next to a MILF, left her sit there, and he said, I'm just going to go sling it for a little bit. And he literally, he slung it in that stadium like there was 80,000 MILFs watching. And he had nothing to lose, and he had everything to gain. And he was flicking the wrist, doing the little Rodgers like feet pop. He was doing it all. And Hackett was letting him do it. He was dialing up plays to get downfield. Like, it was kind of like, holy shit, if I was a Jets fan, I'd be sick because it could have looked like that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I mean, Zack Wilson, when you see a young kid like that as well, you don't want anyone to fail. I don't want anyone to fail in the NFL. I think that needs to be said a lot more when people are being critical of these players. And as we're spectators, it's very easy to sit here and critique when we're not. Well, I can't speak for Kurt because he actually is an athlete, at that level. But like, we could sit there and complain all day or whatever and say, oh, these guys are terrible. But at the end of the day, man, like I'm super happy for Zach. I want him to have nothing but success. Because he's young and he's got obviously like potential, and that's huge, and that's massive.
Like, John, I have no clue like who Zack Wilson. Like, to me, I don't think he is a perennial starter. Okay, but so like my question is, because I don't know. My question is, like, could he be like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, like a journeyman who gets paid and just helps back up a team who needs a decent backup, or is he terrible? Like, so I'm still not sold that he is a starting quarterback in the NFL, but guys, I have a really hard time evaluating him. Like, he doesn't do well under pressure. But when he gets off his reads quick, he plays pretty well. So like,
dude,
yeah.
I'm just telling you, I would love to see Zack Wilson in a system with a shit ton of weapons. That's like a shotgun-based system. Like, I would love to see him in Miami. I would love to see him in San Francisco. Neither of those guys needs quarterbacks, but like, imagine if he could play without the pressure of having to make plays.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he shows you that he can make the plays, just not crazy consistently.
Right.
Now, imagine if he had imagine if Zack Wilson had what you guys have in Detroit with people wide open in a good game, and catch and run ability and playmakers at running back, like all of it. Like, he could be above average. And then time to time, he could be great. Like, if you had not known anything about Zack Wilson prior to last week's game, and he had never played ever, and last week was his first week ever playing, how would you guys look at him?
I'd be really excited.
Like, what a stud, man. Here we go.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 100%. And how would you look at Goff if the only game you saw him play was against the Chiefs when they scored 50+ points and beat Mahomes?
Recency, though.
Well,
Recency.
but I'm saying like Goff's 94, 99, 91, 90, 86, 101, 100 in his QBR's career. Zack Wilson 70, 75, 69, 73.
Right.
Zack Wilson's always played for the Jets.
Right, 100%. And Goff had a lot of weapons and an offensive genius in the Rams and an offensive genius in Detroit right now. I hear you. I think
that's just what I'm saying.
I don't think he's an upgrade, but I agree with you that if he was put in a better system, I don't think his career's over. It might be over because of the way it goes, but I don't think it should be over necessarily.
Okay. Like, I think somebody like Zack Wilson in a good system would be a lateral move at first for some of these guys that you just know what you're getting out of them. Like, I don't, man, you see him do stuff and you're like, damn, I know that this guy who's traditionally better can't do that. So like, there's got to be a coach that can bring it out of him. I mean, look at Tua his first year. Like, if you lump Zack Wilson's first few years together into one like bad, shitty experience because he played for the Jets and like let him get a fresh start somewhere else, like Tua's going to be their guy for a long time as long as he has weapons around him. Like,
Kurt, let me ask
Zack
you this,
Wilson
dude. For one game, assuming that both guys are ready to go for the game and prepared, who do you want starting for your team in a playoff game? Zack Wilson or Jake Browning?
Give me Jake Browning.
Wow.
Give me Jake Browning. It's not even close.
Yeah. If my team has weapons, I'm going Jake Browning. He's more consistent as a passer. If
I mean,
I'm
dude,
saying
yeah,
I
look at
need
the
somebody to go
consistency.
ball out and like scramble and make plays, then I'm going to take Zack Wilson. It all depends on who's around the guys.
You know, Browning's also got a lot of scramble potential
He
too, man.
does.
I see when I do it. Like I made several comments when watching Browning play because I just had to see how the Bengals are going to do after Burrow went down. Right, I was like keeping a close eye on him, dude. There were some points where I was like, is that Burrow? Like that literally looks just like him. He's throwing, dude. Like physical, like the way he looks, like the way he runs.
They train
Dude,
with the same quarterback coach.
Dude, it is eerie. I'm like, is that him? Is that Burrow or is that Brown? Like, I wouldn't know, man, because he's throwing these amazing dimes. He's running and he's playing smart. He's already sliding, right? Like, I don't know. And he looks confident.
Does this make you look at Burrow a little bit differently?
Dude,
No.
listen. Yes, it does for me. It does for me, Chris. And let me tell you why, man. All right, when you like,
Get
it's the
after
same
it, Ty.
thing. Dude, listen. Let me explain, man. It's the same thing with DeVito. It's the same thing that we're looking at, where there are these diamonds in the rough that you don't have to pay 200, 500 billions of dollars to play your role. I'm just saying, Chris. And what happened? Burrow's been hurt pretty much the whole year.
I'm just gonna say, like,
A lot of money wasted. A lot of money wasted. Let me tell you why. There's a lot of money wasted, Chris. Is here we have Browning, here we have DeVito winning games, not being paid. Being paid. Let me be clear. Not being paid. And they could be being paid. I could pay them a lot of money if I wanted to, but I'm not going to pay them a lot of money. I don't have to because they're third string, Chris.
And 9.9 out of 10 times, they're going to not do what Browning is doing right now. And I will say this. The routes, like the play calls for Browning, I like way more than Burrow. And I feel like if Burrow is getting those, I feel like Burrow has, like, every play call is like 2 to 3 seconds to develop. And I feel like Browning gets way quicker reads and options and then can go deep as option 3. And I just wish that was like what Burrow had.
That's another thing to me. Like I think that coaches, right? I think that offensive coordinators can look at the game and be like, and take something away from, okay, we lost our guy. Let's dial up something different for this other guy and like dumb it down, if you will, like give him quicker options, right? Give him so that he doesn't get slammed. And like, why don't they look at these cases, right? And be like, why don't we do this for our star, right? Like, let's get this ball out as quick as possible so he's not getting rocked. Like, just because he can escape from the pocket and has the ability to make amazing throws when a play does develop doesn't mean that that's all we should be giving him. And like, I feel like that happens. And dude, like, seriously, how many times are we like, oh, their number one guy's down. Here comes the backup quarterback. He had an incredible game.
Just slinging.
And then what did you just say, Chris? Well, they dialed up something completely different for him. It's like, how have these guys not been like, why aren't we just giving these incredible, like, treat them like they're like, okay, buddy, here's how you're going to win the game. And then when they have to, then they can, like, step up in the 2-minute drill and pop off and make plays. But like, you know what I mean? Like, clock management, don't get hurt. I don't know.
I will say too, with the Bengals, have you guys ever heard the soundbite of Joe Burrow calling plays?
Mm-mm.
Where he's like, so he's just like ringing off some of their plays, and it caught my attention because more often than not, the plays that he called were really short. Like, they were a lot of so in the NFL, like, teams will condense things into 1-word plays in 2-minute drills. So like, instead of Y fly to trips right, 3 jets, like let's go shadow X scout. They would say like Y fly to trips right, 3 jet, and then 1 word, instead of tagging everybody for everything. And in the Bengals system, from what I could hear from that soundbite, they have a lot of 1-word plays as if they're in 2-minute, but they're huddling. They're not in 2-minute. And so it does make it easier for a guy to go in and play, and just, it just seems like their offense is more college-ish than most of the other NFL teams. So it does help a guy go in and play. But that was just something that I noticed because, I look at it the same way Tyler does. Like, I think Joe Burrow for some teams would like elevate them crazy. But I also think, like, when you have a team that's stacked, the difference in a $50 million a year quarterback and an $800,000 a year quarterback, like, you're not going to have a 98% drop off in production or whatever the number would be, right? Like, that's just, I don't know. That's my 2 cents on it.
So you're saying from like salary to production.
Yeah, from like the salary to production rate, like, you cannot get a better budget than Jake Browning's $1 million a year contract.
Right.
Same thing with Purdy. That happened with him.
Same thing with Purdy. And the Niners are going to be good for a while, and they won't even have to pay Purdy $20 million a year. Probably they'll probably end up. Well, no, they're probably paying him 20 now. But if they had negotiated a contract earlier in the year, they probably would have got him for like mid-teens to like mid-20s. Now it's probably going to be, I don't know, 30, 40, but it's still going to be a budget compared to everybody else. But I'm just saying, like, there are very few Mahomeses out there. Like Mahomes, Josh Allen, it will be Dak Prescott now, but
Lamar Jackson. Lamar
Jackson.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like, those guys have a different type of ceiling than somebody like, in my opinion, Joe Burrow does. Like, Joe Burrow is really damn good, but when I saw him like his highest paid quarterback, I was like, they're going to need that money for somewhere else.
He's going to be incredibly healthy next year, right? I'm like assuming like this is going to, because he didn't have a crazy, it was a finger injury, right? Or wasn't it?
Yeah. It's
no, he had a knee.
Was it?
Oh no, this year it was a hand, a finger, or whatever.
So yeah, this year hand. So like this is going to be like not crazy. His off season, he's going to have plenty of time to rest his wrist. He's going to be fine. Like he should be coming into next season. I don't know. I'm totally jumping the gun here, or at least I am.
Yeah.
Like we'll find out, right? If that $250 million deal is like was worth it. Like
the other
next
thing
year,
too,
super healthy. What is he going to look like? Because Chris, you love him, and I love him too, and I want to see him all out.
Yeah, he's a good player. My thing is, when you pay somebody like that, your window for like having that exact team together gets that much shorter. And then when you miss a year with him, you're missing one more year with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on the same team, and Mixon, and like this 1 out of like 4 years of this window is gone. So now you're left with 75%. And like next year, it seems like T. Higgins is going to be going somewhere else anyways. Like he was so instrumental in Joe Burrow's success over that stretch that they really rebounded because he was the third down guy. He was moving the chains. Like he would be a wide receiver 1 for most teams. And like when he wasn't playing, it wasn't looking the same. So I just think it's really important for guys to have their weapons, obviously. And if you're missing one or can't afford to pay one as time goes on, like that's a tough spot to be in for a team.
Yeah, I will say this real quick about Burrow. He's had a lot of injuries in general. In 2017 in college, he had a hand wrist fracture, chest ribs in 2020, ACL tear grade 3 in 2020, 2021 hand finger dislocation, a knee strain in 2022 of January, and a knee MCL February 13th, 2022, and then a leg calf strain July 2023, and then a torn wrist ligament. In 2020.
Yeah,
so he's it's a lot of injuries. And I hate to say injury prone, but like
do you look at the staff, dude? Like you're
I mean, that's 2 different staffs, bro. That's college and pro.
Right. That's LSU too.
I know, maybe they were both ass.
His play style too, though. He takes more sacks than I think anybody, right? Like
oh yeah, he holds onto the ball.
He holds onto the ball a lot, and some of his best plays come from that. Like Joe Cool is a real thing. Like he has that ability that like other people don't have, and I think that's part of why he's being paid so much. But that leads to these other things, and like availability is the most important part.
Yep, agree. I think he's going to be a baller. You know who else is a baller? Patrick Mahomes. I want to hear you guys' take on this. Obviously, he embarrassed himself at the end of the game. We don't know what Josh Allen said, and maybe someone does. Maybe someone saw the All-22 and was able to catch it. I don't know. Some people are speculating that maybe Allen was like, dude, what a crazy game, like, and kind of invited the comment. But Mahomes, uncharacteristically, I will say, in my opinion, very uncharacteristically, went off,
he went out
ranted.
of character.
He went way out of character.
He talks shit.
Relatively.
What do you guys
he's a
think
smack
in general?
talker, dude.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Yes, Chris.
So Mahomes is a gamer. He is one of the most competitive players in the NFL. I think Kurt even might have compared him to this in 2 weeks ago ish, but like he reminds me of Michael Jordan. I'm not comparing sports, but he reminds me of him in his attitude, his mentality, where like he wants to destroy you. And like I think what you're seeing is his frustration with his offense and specifically his receivers, but he is so much character. He will never throw his teammates under the bus. So I think he took all of that frustration out on the refs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
Let me read you this. You guys ready for this? Most drop passes in the NFL. Team number 1, Kansas City Chiefs, 26. Okay.
A lot.
Ready? 32nd ranked team in the NFL, San Francisco 49ers, 6 dropped passes this season. Dude, Mahomes is frustrated. He wants to win. He will not sell his teammates out. He's not going to be like, well, if Tony could freaking line up, he's not going to be like if Valdez-Scantling could catch a ball. So I think he just popped off and that anger was directed at the refs.
Yeah. John, I just want to say, one of my subs said, Merkenbach said, Josh said, offensive offsides will always get called there, bro.
I don't know. I didn't see that anywhere. I'm not saying he didn't say it.
That looked like that's what he said to me. I mean, I could see Josh Allen saying that. My take is, dude, as somebody who has been in a massive, I mean, I've been competing my entire life. And there's been times in, tournaments where you just get so heated, dude, and you think you're in the right. And you get it. It's like you're almost like gaslighting yourself inside your own head. And you're like, dude, you just lose it. You literally lose it. I mean, I'm 32 years old now, man. I think I've had a couple of these moments where it's like you almost like after you calm down, you're like, what was I even thinking? What was I even saying? Like none of that made sense. When you're in a cool, calm state, you're like, that was just I was delusional. You enter like almost this state of euphoria in a bad way. And I think that was it, man, for sure. I don't blame him. It's competitive, dude. He yell at the refs. I don't care. I'm happy that he didn't, roast his teammate. Obviously, Tony knows exactly what he did wrong, and he's probably hurt. No one hates himself more than him right now, probably after that play. So, but dude, I'll be a Mahomes fan forever, man. I'll never be mad at competitiveness, right? And like wanting to be the best, and yeah.
I'm with that. And I think like, dude, Mahomes has that in him, right? Like that's what makes him so special. The only thing that really rubbed me the wrong way was that his response, and again, we don't know what Josh Allen said, but knowing Josh and his lighthearted like goofiness, it probably wasn't anything like negative towards Mahomes. Like that, Josh is a very like biggest kid in the room type of guy, and he's a good dude. And it bothered me that Mahomes's whatever it was, like directly took away from the fact that Josh Allen balled his ass off that night. Like I'm just like, I could have seen if the roles were reversed. I think Josh Allen would have been like, bro, like you played your ass off tonight. Like it was a good game, even though he was frustrated as shit. Where like in that like moment, you couldn't see Mahomes acknowledging anything that Josh had done. And Josh like played his ass off to win that game. He won that team for them. Or he won that game for them. And I think that was my like, damn, that was your chance, in my opinion, Mahomes, to like just one more time be the bigger guy. But he'd been that person all year. So it's like, it's tough. It boils over. And it's like, you know what I mean? He's been that guy all year. So it's tough to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
And I get it. But I thought he missed an opportunity more so than anything to be like, yo, Josh, like you guys have had a really tough year for your own team. Like you put your team on your back that game. That's what I think it really was for me.
Yep. I think it was an absolute mistake. You never should have done it. But I will say this, dude. What I've noticed, and it's maybe a little bit of a hot take, but I think it's really true. People, I think, have their mind made up one way or another on a lot of these superstars. And as soon as they mess up one time, they dog them, and there's no mercy there at all. And like Mahomes, here's a guy.
Now here's
and
a
Mahomes
guy.
is just, like he has done it right, dude. His whole career, man. Like LeBron has just done it right. His whole career, like him or hate him, don't care. He has stayed. He was a superstar from the time he was 15 or 16 years old, and he's not done anything that would like land him in hot trouble, other than some of the stuff with China in the last few years. But like, it's insane to me that someone would just see this one mistake Mahomes makes publicly, and then be like, I'm done with him. It's like you're admitting that you've just never liked him in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just inviting people into a little bit of mercy and grace with him. It's competitive. He's doing everything he can with a team that, like, man, you put him on the Dolphins, you put him, maybe even, I mean, Allen's killing it this year, a lot of turnovers, but like put him on the Bills with these superstar receivers, and he's just loving life. And right now he's doing it with Tony lining up off sides, and Kelce dropping balls, which is rare.
Kelce just looks slower right now, man. He's not being targeted as much. No. Hear me out, dude. I mean, he's older, dude. Kelce's like, what, 34 years old? He's talked about how he feels the injuries, he feels the games. He
looks hurt.
He looks slow. He looks like Derrick Henry when Henry was getting this massive workload in the middle of the season, where this was like before DeAndre Hopkins actually started to get the ball, before Levis even started to like do anything whatsoever, like where it was Henry or bust. And now somehow the Titans have like this offense now that's kind of rolling on all cylinders, and Henry looks a lot more dangerous because he's not like,
they don't need him for everything.
They don't need him for everything, right? And like Kelce needs to block, Kelce needs to catch. Like, dude, if he's not open again, like what's going to happen? And I've definitely just seen him not have as much of an impact in these games, and it's because he has to take all this workload, man. And like for a guy like that, I mean,
it's tough too. He's not like a Tony Gonzalez that like made his hay from being bigger and being able to outjump people. Like that stuff is less fleeting over time, where Kelce's been like agility and like making people miss and finding open space, speed. And like that goes a lot quicker when that's your play style. It's just like scrambling quarterbacks, right? The careers are shorter because once they lose their speed a little bit, then their biggest asset's gone quicker than the ability to throw. So
yeah.
He's towards the end of his career, and he probably knows it. Obviously, everyone knows
he's
it.
talked about it. And and again, dude, we love you, Kels.
He's the GOAT, dude. He's literally like
Some people are speculating too that he might retire. Like
that's what we just talked about. That's literally what we're saying.
No, I'm saying like
after this year.
But did you hear what Mahomes said at the end of the game? He's like, this is a Hall of Fame career. Like this is Hall of Fame guy. Like that's nice.
Oh, when he says that, it's like it's like putting it. Well, obviously Kelce's going to go into the Hall of Fame and as one of the best tight ends in the world,
dude,
right behind Rob Gronkowski. But
yeah, 100%. You guys ready to get gassed up? The rest?
I'm ready to get gassed up, dude.
Right.
Because the rest of the ride, of this entire show is pure gas. It's pure fun. It's pure. Good, educated, hot takes.
We're at the top of the Raging Bull, and we're about to go down on the roller coaster.
That's exactly it, Chris. That's exactly it. And we're going to start here. And I want to do... Okay, my notes are back. I want to get to a place, again, where here we're going 45 seconds to go through your top 10. Say what you want, uninterrupted. And after everyone's done, we talk about it. Liddy, eventually I don't have to say that, but we're doing that now. So it's power ranking time, dude.
Okay.
4 weeks left in the season. Power rank your top 10 teams.
Got it.
Who's ready to go? And feel free to give some color in there, but you got like 45 seconds to a minute.
All right, Chris, you go.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, ready, dude.
All right, my top 10 power rankings right now as of week 15 in the NFL. Number 1, the San Francisco 49ers look utterly dominant. They are the number 1 team in the NFL right now. NFC. 2, Ravens and the AFC. This is Lamar Jackson's best season I have seen in a while from him. And I know he's staying healthy, but he looks great. Baltimore looks great. Their defense looks great, which is what you knew Baltimore for all those years ago, right? With Ray Lewis. 3, Dallas Cowboys. They look great. 4, Eagles. Don't throw them out yet. 5, ready for this? The Buffalo Bills.
Do it.
At 5, Buffalo Bills. 6, right behind them, the Miami Dolphins. 7, the Kansas City Chiefs. 8, your Detroit Lions. 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And 10, I have no idea how this happened, Sean Payton. Give me the Denver Broncos.
Woo!
Ooh,
Dude, that's
like
literally...
Our list is close.
That's very close. That's very close. I got a huge Eagle fan in here, Hutch, man. Suck it, bro. I can go next, man. Chris, mine's like right up there, dude. Give me, literally almost the exact same thing. Give me San Francisco 49ers, number 1. Baltimore Ravens, number 2. Dallas Cowboys, number 3. Eagles, number 4. I like the Bills at 5, too. I'll take that, man. Give me the Chiefs. Honestly, dude, I almost want to say, this is going to sound bad. Give me the Bengals at 6. It's kind of weird. I feel like we would lose the Bengals right now. I'm just throwing that out there. It seems a little weird.
I like it, dude. Let them cook.
If you throw out all their records, dude, like I like it.
Yeah. Give me the Dolphins at 7 with a healthy Tyreek. The Lions at 8. 9 Jacksonville, and then 10. I don't even know, bro. I'll just throw in I'll throw in the Bills. Did I say the Bills? I think I said the Bills at 5. Yeah, dude. You know what, dude? I'll give the Chiefs a 10. I'll throw them in there. I'll throw them a bone. They're still, obviously, with my projections right now on the playoff machine that I played, they're 3rd seed in the AFC going up against.
No spoilers.
No, sorry. I love my.
I know. I can't wait for that segment. Right no spoilers.
All right, that's gonna be a good section. All right. Here we go. I have the 49ers at 1. I have the Ravens at 2. I have the Cowboys at 3.
Ooh. Oh boy!
And then I have the Bills at 4.
Ooh!
I have the Bills at 4.
The 7 into that.
Yep. I have the Eagles at 5. I have the Dolphins at 6. Then this is where it gets really tricky for me because I'm big into like recency, like what's been going on. So I'm looking at the Chiefs. I'm looking at the Chiefs at 7, but I'm going to put them there, but I don't love them there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to put. Oh man, here we go. I'm going to put the Lions at 8.
I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping us in there.
I'm going to put the Browns at 9. The Browns are sneaky. And then I'm going to do it, man. Denver. Give me Denver at 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang, dude.
Yep.
Yo, it's crazy how similar all our lists are, to be completely honest. I'm actually surprised.
I love that you said the Browns. It was between Jacksonville and the Browns for me.
The Browns, Joe Flacco.
Their defense is nasty.
Like,
yeah, I think
their defense is nasty.
They missed Myles Garrett. Like the games they lost, he was out.
Yeah,
like recently.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. All right, ready? Here's my top. I think we all have the same top 3. Number 1 for me, Niners. Number 2, Ravens. 3, Cowboys. 4, I'm not giving up on the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are I think if they played the Eagles again right now, I think that on a neutral field, which is the only time they're ever going to play again, I think Dolphins win that game if Tyreek's healthy. But I'm not giving up on the Eagles either. They're not frauds. They're number 5 for me. Give me the Bills at 6. And no one, and I think they're the scariest team in the playoffs. I don't think anybody wants to play them. Anyone. No. Like, I'd rather play the Ravens than the Bills right now. The reason I'm putting the Ravens above them is because their record is just, they're killing it. But the Bills are hot right now, and I don't want to play them. 7, the Chiefs. They're going to be just fine. Ty, I'm with you, dude. When we talk about the playoff simulator, the Chiefs are going to have some home games. Lions at 8. I think we all put them at 8, which is
That's
crazy.
like right where they belong.
Yeah,
the Lions at 8.
I almost want them at 10. I almost want them out.
Now you're fine. Relax. You're going to change your tune when we win by 50.
They're 9-4. Relax.
I don't care about their record. Look who they lost to.
Jaguars at 9, and I'm not super confident in that, but they have a really easy end of year schedule. They're going to win some games here. And then I have the Browns at 10.
Dude, Browns.
Oh my God.
I have the Browns at 10.
Was our only thing off on ours? Was that 10?
No, you had the Bills one higher than me too.
Right,
but I will say this, guys. I tweeted this exact thing, my top 10, a couple days ago before the Monday night game, and I put the Packers at 10.
I had the Packers.
I had them at 10, and I moved them out, even though I think they're going to be fine. We'll talk about it. I think I have them making the playoffs, but they're hurt this week going against a Tampa team
Tampa's not a team I don't want to play.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. And they're hurt.
Mike Evans,
they're hurt.
And the way that Tampa plays offense, dude, like they got big ass receivers that are just gonna bully you. And the Packers don't have big ass DBs. They have like second and third string DBs playing. Like the only thing that the Packers have going for them is it's in Lambeau, and it's gonna be a cold ass game. And Baker Mayfield, last time he went to Lambeau, threw 3 picks on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there for those stat guys. I think it was 3 picks. Played for the Browns, and it was ugly.
Yep.
I was there. It was a good Christmas for us that year.
All right, that's our top 10 power rankings. I love it. It's time for some fantasy football talk, fellas. And I gotta say, I don't want to talk shit, but Chris, listen. Chris has been nothing but super professional in this entire show this season. He's cooled down any type of arrogance. He's been the stat guy, and he's really good at it. I do think he knows football, or I would never have done the show with him. I love him to death. He's been shit at fantasy football for years now in a row, and he did not make the playoffs in either of our leagues. Neither did Tyler. Get wrecked. Chris is talking trash to me the entire draft. Loses.
Oh, it's true, Chris.
I gave him Laporta, and I still outplaced him in fantasy this year in a trade.
I lost Nick Chubb.
I lost Eckler.
Dude, my team. That team. Waddle. Dude, I love that. I still love that team. I had Waddle, Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and then Chubb and James Cook. And then Chubb goes down.
Dude, how bad is your team? Hey, Chris, you also owe a 24-ounce chug. Can we get it now live?
Dude, I don't have any beer.
You don't have 2 beers? You can just chug them right now?
I don't.
You don't have any beer in the house? There's no shot. A Blevins bro doesn't have beers in the house.
I'm drinking. I'm on the liquid water. I'm on water, baby.
This is unbelievable to me. You owe us a 24-ounce chug of beer. Tyler has 4 wins on the season. His team's dog water. He might have to go to an NFL game dressed up in pads. But I want to give a big shout out to all of the people in the chat right now who made their fantasy football playoffs. Kurt and myself. I'm in 2 of 2 leagues in the playoffs in both.
2 of 2, baby. Let's ride.
Let's ride, baby.
True knowers of
everyone
ball
who made it and won their league. Let's keep it going. Get in the playoffs. Have some fun.
Hey, Ty, you want to do something fun this weekend?
Yeah, I'm down, dude. You know what? Let me send out the jet, dude. I'll fly over here, man. We can watch some of the games together.
Hey, that hurts. That hurts hard.
Hey, I'm in. Hey, losers all the way, baby.
Let's go, dude.
I just gotta say, dude, Tyler is worse at fantasy football than I am at Fortnite. All right, but hey, Chris, Ty, everyone still respects both of you. Kurt, of course.
Oh, thanks.
And then we're in the playoffs. Let's give some hot takes, some must start, must sits going into fantasy football playoffs this weekend because most leagues are starting now.
Dude, it's in shambles right now. There's a lot of injuries. Some key players out, and dude, playoffs are here. There's no time for mistakes. And right now, you have to be willing to ditch your kickers and defenses versus bad matchups. If you don't have one of the top guys in the league or one of the top defenses, if you play those types of leagues. Right now, I'm looking at you, Evan McPherson, need that. He is playing against the Vikings. Cincinnati's been rolling. Vikings suck ass. I think he's going to score some points and kick some field goals. Also, Raiders defense is available. They are eating right now, and they're playing against the Chargers with Easton Stick and Keenan Allen out.
Yep, on a Thursday.
On a Thursday. What does Max Crosby do on Thursdays? Cracks people's skulls open.
Getting them, dude. Just got him, dude. Just got him in my playoff league. Thank you, Kurt. Let's go, dude.
I'm telling
Eckler,
you,
I think Eckler's going to eat.
dude, Eckler's going to be swallowed up whole like a little Skittle.
I'm about to start DeVito over Tua.
No, Ty.
Dude, Tua is projected. Tua is projected 14.5 points.
No Tyreek. Who are the other quarterbacks available?
There's Tua that I just picked up, but it doesn't really matter. Russell Wilson, Geno Smith, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence.
Matthew Stafford against the Washington Commanders' 31st ranked passing defense. I'm starting him in my league.
Bro.
Hey,
Give
so
me
I
Stafford.
Get back on the Stafford train, baby.
A lot
Come here.
of
I've never left.
So I just wanted to check like availability. The Bengals defense is still available in a lot of leagues. They're playing fine. They're doing really, really well this year. And they have Minnesota this week, and they have Pittsburgh and Trubisky next week.
Oh,
so
dude,
Chris,
that's a
I
good
like
one.
that,
that's a
dude.
very solid playoff schedule if the Bengals defense is available in your league.
I like that a lot, Chris.
I'm with you guys on defenses. I'm also thinking we should get rid of defense and fantasy next year.
Did it cost you?
No, I'm just annoyed because
I'm
like
always down.
kickers and defense, like dude,
Kickers
like
are the
you get
highest
Aubrey.
variance. Kickers are the highest variance fantasy out there.
That's why you have to not be attached to one and go to the waivers every week.
That's what I do. That's what I do, Kurt.
too.
But even so, like you get a guy like Aubrey, bro. He's getting 15 to 20 a week from extra
part of the
points.
There's no way
Like,
that Aubrey's available in this league.
No, he's
dude.
not. But I'm not saying he is. I'm
No.
just saying like that's why I think we should get rid of him. I
No,
will
I
say,
know, I
guys,
know.
I just picked up the Chiefs last week. They're available in like 20% of leagues. Maybe it's because they're not. Those people aren't paying attention. The Chiefs play the Patriots this week, and then the Raiders.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm loving the Chiefs
go
defense.
to waivers, boys. That's the
I can't
theme.
believe the Chiefs defense was out there.
Yep, go check it. I've got them in one of my 2 leagues. I'm super pumped about it. The Falcons defense for me is a must start this week. The Falcons are playing the Panthers.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that is
that's
a game
gross.
I think they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, I just think they're gonna dominate.
This is an Arthur Smith, like, oh, we're not going to fire him now because he wins this game type of deal.
Maybe, but yeah. You know, I don't think you're wrong. I'm not playing the Broncos or the Lions D this week. I just
can't touch it.
No, you can't, because I think the Lions honestly could get 3 or 4 turnovers and a pick 6, but like they also could get gashed for 35 points. And the exact same for Denver. Like Denver might get shredded like they were the first 6
If the
games
real
of the season
Lions
this
show
year.
up, Denver's defense could be toast.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I'm not starting any of those, even though they're both projected in the top 20 defenses this week. For me, start Zeke Elliott. He was a beast last week. He's the literal only offensive
Yeah, he might
light
be
on that team.
He might be a league winner with
Yep.
Stevenson out.
Yep. I think DeAndre Swift, they're not going to stop. They're not going to like continue to not give him the ball. And then for me, you have to bench Gus Edwards. And this week,
Sadness.
bench the Denver running backs this week, because the Lions have a very good run defense, except against quarterbacks. Obviously, Russell Wilson isn't as mobile as he used to be. He might throw for 400 yards against us, but they're not going to run a lot. And so I'm not playing any Broncos running backs this weekend.
Dude, if I'm the Lions, like my whole strategy is try to get up early. Like literally, if you win the toss, don't defer. Take the ball, go shove it down their throat, score a touchdown, and make the Broncos play from behind from the very beginning of the game.
Mhm.
Because the Broncos, when they're playing with a slight lead or able to just run the clock out, they're okay. It's like when they have to play from behind, they're not. So
Yeah.
I
And
like that though with their backs.
John, like this segment's kind of hard for me because I'm a huge like start your studs fan. So like for example, like just real quick, like if you've got an amazing player and they've had some duds, you got to play him. Like Mike Evans had I think 1.8 fantasy points this week. You got to.
He's
play
on my
him.
team.
You got
I'll
to
play him.
You got to play him this week against the Packers. He get 3 touchdowns. And this is where you need that kind of volume. He gets the targets, he gets the looks. I would do. If you've got a good team, I know 2 people that have Justin Jefferson and their teams are so good, they still made the playoffs and he was their first pick.
Yeah.
If that is the case, you need to think about sitting him this week. I'm not saying you do it, but you need to think about it.
Dude, Chris,
Nick,
one of my hottest takes is DJ Moore. I don't think DJ Moore is going to do anything this week, dude, against the Browns. I think the Bears have a chance of winning that game 9-6, 10-7, 9-3, 6-3. That game's going to be the most annoying fantasy football game. I'm benching Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
I just don't see it, and I'm not saying like start McLaurin over him, but I would think about it.
Yeah. It's getting into that crunch time of like, it depends on who you're playing opponent wise.
Right.
Like how many guys on their roster have like a guaranteed 10 points versus a guy that might score 5 or might score 20.
Yep.
And if you're like, you have to play the odds, because that stuff is sort of, how projections are. Like most number one receivers are anywhere from like 10 to 13 points per game. Some of the top guys are 15, 16 projected. Like, but we know that's not the case. Like you look at Stafford, right. I think he's projected 15. Like he's playing against the worst defense in the league, and he's had 20 something points every single game. Like you can't trust the projections, but like they do guide you a little bit, and you got to know what type of player you're working with target wise.
Yeah, I like Zamir White, by the way. Someone said, with Josh Jacobs out, who would be a better start, Amir Abdullah or Zamir White?
Definitely not Abdullah.
I like White a lot. I think he gets a lot of targets, and yeah.
Dude, if you're talking about those two guys, you're in a 14 or 16 team league, and you're probably not in the playoffs.
All right.
Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, well, like some people come to me and they're like, guys, who do you start this week, man? Jamar Chase or Amon-Ra St. Brown? It's like, okay, if you have those two guys, like, you're in a 8-team league.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No offense.
No offense. Yeah. Guys, let's talk about the playoff machine. We all did this, right?
Yes.
I'm so freaking pumped for this.
I have it on my phone.
So guys, here's what we're doing, chat. We are going to talk about, we went to the ESPN playoff machine. All 4 of us picked every game for the next 4 weeks and then came up with our top 7 seeds in each one. And then after that, decided to pick who was going to go on and win the Super Bowl of those matches. If Ty hasn't done that part yet,
I don't even know how to do that part.
Always just on your phone. Just bring notes up. Just remember that whatever you pick, look at your playoff machine, and then look at your notes. Whatever the lower seed is going to play. The lowest seed always plays the higher seed in the next game, and then just make your predictions.
There's no part of the machine that gets you past the playoffs,
right?
Like we can help the last part.
Yep.
100%. And so
I'll give you guys my playoff machine, and then you guys can predict who wins. How about that?
No. You'll predict. We'll just take you through it, Ty. It's all good. That's what the show's all about. You get to pick your teams. So you know what? Let's start with Ty.
All right, dude. I mean, I'll tell you right now.
Let's start with Ty. So hold on. Here's what I want you to do. Look at the AFC and just give us your 1 through 7, your seeds.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right. I got AFC round first seed is Baltimore.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I have.
Wild card games. The first one is 7th seed Houston versus
I'm sorry, Ty. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be annoying. Just give us your 1 through 7, and then we're gonna go through the games.
Okay.
On the AFC.
2nd seed Miami, 3rd seed Kansas City, 4th seed Jacksonville, 5th seed Cincinnati, 6th seed Cleveland, and 7th seed Houston.
Wow.
Dang.
Ours are so different.
So different than mine.
So different, dude.
Dude, I don't know.
So different.
I love it.
Okay. And then my NFC is the San Francisco 49ers are first. The Eagles are the 2nd seed. Detroit is the 3rd seed. Tampa Bay 4th seed. Dallas 5th seed.
Same.
Green Bay 6th seed.
Same.
Los Angeles 7th seed.
I have it exactly the same except for the Saints.
And then ready for this, guys? Ready for this? If you guys ready for this? Are you ready for? If the Bears, the way I have it set up, if the Bears win instead
against Green Bay
in Week 18, the Bears have the 6th seed against us. We'll be playing them, and then the Packers get the 7th seed, dude. So 3 NFC North teams are in the playoffs if the Bears, with the way I have that set up.
Wow,
I like it.
All right, Ty, let's take you through that, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
So give us your here. Hold on. I got my notes pulled up. I'm going all the way down. Give us your first game.
What do you mean?
So go to the AFC and say who wins between 2nd and 7th.
Give me Miami over Houston.
Okay. Now the next one.
Give me the Browns over the Chiefs.
Wow.
What?
I like it.
Bro.
I like
Come
it.
on, bro. The Chiefs have to prove it.
No, hold on.
So
no, Ty, you got me lost.
Seed. The
Yeah.
Browns are your 6th seed.
Yes.
Okay, you have that written down, Kurt?
Yeah, I got it.
All
And
right.
then the next
And
one.
then give me the Bengals over Jacksonville.
Dang!
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
All right, so Kurt, who's he got next?
So it would be the 6th seed that you have.
Browns
Tyler,
and Ravens. Ty, who do you
versus
got?
the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens over the Browns.
Okay.
Okay. And then of the next two that were left that won.
Miami over the Bengals. Give me Miami.
Yep.
Okay. So now you have Miami and the Ravens in the AFC Championship. Who you got?
I got the Ravens.
Okay, so you got Ravens going to the Super Bowl.
I got Ravens going to the Super Bowl, dude.
All right,
All
let's go to NFC, Ty.
All right.
Give
Give me
the same thing
the
with your matchups.
give me the Eagles over the Rams.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me the Lions over the Packers.
Hell yeah, brother.
Come on,
Okay.
dude. And then give me Dallas slapping the shit out of Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means that it's Eagles.
Lions at Eagles.
Lions.
Yeah, give me the Lions over the Eagles. Eagles
Yes,
are frauds.
I'm with you.
Okay. And then
Hold
you
on,
got.
hear me out.
Oh.
I truly think that out of every team here, we could beat the Eagles.
I do too.
Out of- Okay. So yeah, give me the Lions over the Eagles.
Okay.
And then give me the Niners over Dallas. I mean, Dallas
Yep.
is gonna smack them.
And then.
I'm sorry,
Lions
the Niners are gonna smack
to
them.
the Super Bowl.
And then give me the Lions
Oh!
over the. I'm kidding, guys. Give me the,
Oh,
the 49ers
dang
will destroy destroy us unless it is a crazy shootout. Our offense is firing on all cylinders. And our defense makes some stops, like some big plays too. It's going to take a miracle game for us
CJ
to win
Gardner
that.
Johnson back. Houston back. Aleem McNeil back.
All
It's gonna
and then
take a
who you-
miracle.
Who you got? Ravens, 49ers.
And then
Ravens,
give me the Niners, bro. The Niners win the Super Bowl, and it's not particularly close. I don't think.
All right.
I think it could be close. Like truly, I think that the Ravens. I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means because Lamar right now is that guy, and Odell Beckham Jr. is balling the flip out, which is actually opening up a lot of room for Zay Flowers to pop off as well. And when they want to run it with Gus Edwards, they can, but for some reason they're just completely writing him out of their script on offense, which is fine. So yeah, I think it's just hottest Purdy play, and I mean, just give me the Niners though.
Okay.
Yep. All right, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I like
Kurt
that.
and Chris, are you guys ready for yours and
Yeah,
like
I got
ready to
mine.
go?
I got mine right
All right,
here.
Chris, go ahead.
All right. I'll go AFC, NFC, just like Ty did.
Yep.
So at the 1 seed, I had the Ravens. 2 seed, I have the Dolphins. 3 seed, I have the Chiefs. 4 seed, I have the Jags. 5 seed, I have the Browns. 6 seed, I have the Bills. 7 seed, I have the Broncos.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a really different.
And then here's my playoffs. The 7 seed Broncos lose to the 2 seed Miami Dolphins. The 6 seeded Bills beat the 3 seeded Chiefs in Arrowhead. The 4 seeded Jags beat the 5 seeded Browns. All right. Then my next stage, the 1 seeded Ravens lose to the 6 seeded Bills. The 2 seeded Dolphins beat the 4 seeded Jags. In the AFC Championship, you have the 6 seeded Bills, and they beat the 2 seeded Dolphins, and the Bills head to the freaking Super Bowl
Dang.
I like it.
after all the adversity that they've been through this year. Guys,
Dang.
they still have less than a 40% chance to make the playoffs. I freaking love this prediction.
I love this team too. Yeah.
That's
All right.
crazy.
Dude, I'm on board. I like
And then NFC. The way I did it, the Vikings got the 6 seed and the Packers got the 7 seed. So I actually have the Vikings. So 7 seed Packers, 6 seed Vikings, 5 seed Eagles, 4 seed Tampa, right? Because Tampa's really good. They're a division leader. 1 seed 49ers, 2 seeded Cowboys, 3 seeded Detroit Lions. All right, here we go. I have the 7 seeded Packers losing to the 2 seeded Cowboys. I have the 6 seeded Vikings losing to the 3 seeded Lions. I have the 4 seeded Tampa losing at home to the 5 seeded Eagles. The 1 seeded so then the next round, it's 1 and 5. So I have the 49ers beating the Eagles again in San Francisco. I have the Cowboys beating Detroit in Dallas.
It won't be in Dallas.
2 seeded I have the 2 seeded
Oh,
Cowboys.
yeah. Okay.
All right. And then I have the 1 seeded 49ers in the NFC Championship beating the 2 seeded Cowboys and going to the Super Bowl against the Bills. And then I've got the 49ers beating the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that would be so heartbreaking for the Bills.
You get him all the way there just to do him like that.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
You're evil. You're actually evil for that, dude.
I know.
Listen,
Dude,
I like
They're
that.
not gonna make it all the way there and
I got the
lose.
Bills winning the AFC Championship, going to the Super Bowl, and then I got them losing. Oh my God,
Dude, I I'm gonna follow suit with the Bills because you're onto something. Here we go.
All right,
No.
let's get it, buddy.
AFC, hear me out. We have the number 1 seed Baltimore Ravens, obviously. We have the 2 seed Chiefs just by default if they just kind of win. Then you have the 3 seed Jaguars, barely. Then you have the 4 seed Buffalo Bills.
Dude, you
Flipping the season at the end. The Dolphins skidding down to 7 seed, losing a bunch of games, not looking good. 6 seed Cleveland Browns, 5th seed Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
Hear me out. Then you have the Chiefs and the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to beat the Chiefs. They're going to knock off the 2 seed Chiefs. Then you have the Browns beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were the 3 seed. And then you have the Bills beating the Colts. So you have 4th seed playing against the 6th seed. That's Buffalo against Cleveland. Buffalo beats Cleveland in Buffalo.
To get to the AFC Championship.
To get to the AFC Championship. And then you have Miami playing Baltimore. Miami loses to Baltimore. Bills go to Baltimore to play in the AFC Championship and lose. And lose.
Okay.
All that just to lose. Then other side, you have the 49ers at 1. You have the Eagles at 2. Lions at 3. Falcons at 4.
Yep.
Cowboys at 5. Packers at 6. Rams at 7.
I know their schedule's so hard though.
Hear me out. Rams at 7. So you have the 2 Eagles playing against the 7 Rams. The Eagles barely win. You have the Packers going back to Detroit. Detroit wins.
Ooh, baby. Oh, baby.
Detroit wins. It is hard. It is hard to beat a team at their own home stadium twice in 1 year. Doesn't happen often. Don't get much of an opportunity to have that happen.
Right.
Then you have the Cowboys busting Atlanta's ass. Shouldn't have even made it to the playoffs. Shitty rule that all teams have to go from a division, whatever. So then you have the Cowboys playing against the 49ers. 49ers are going to beat them. They're going to send them home.
Ooh.
Then you have the Eagles and the Lions. Lions win.
My boy Kurt!
Lions win.
My boy
Lions
Kurt!
go to the NFC Championship game and lose to the 49ers.
Dang it.
Then you have a 49ers Ravens Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I think Lamar Jackson pulls it off.
I think you can too.
And Odell Beckham gets
yeah.
another ring. And the Ravens, the way that they play football is going to be the one neutralizing factor for the 49ers.
Wow.
Super
let's
ground control
go.
game. Ravens win the Super Bowl.
Dude, I just love that Kurt's back in the Lions bandwagon after a loss to the Bears, taking us to the
Dude.
NFC Championship, baby. Let's
It's the
go.
playoffs. Anything can happen when you make it to the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
100%. All right,
like it.
I love
Dude,
that.
that
I
was
love
fun.
it.
John, what do you got?
All right, here we go. I've got in the AFC, Ravens 1 seed, Chiefs 2 seed, Jags 3, Bills 4, Browns 5.
Bills 4, let's go.
Yes, Browns 5, Colts 6, Dolphins 7. And I
Y'all
love
sleeping on my Bengals right now. I just want to
Dude,
throw
the
that out there.
Bengals are done. I love the Dolphins, by the way. I love them. I just am like,
This stretch for them is hard, dude.
It's a
These last
hard
4 games.
last 4 games. So in that, I have a rematch between the Chiefs and the Jaguars. Oh, hold on. Nope. Pulling it up. Here it is.
Yep.
All right. Give me the Chiefs to beat Miami in Kansas City. And I'm with you, Kurt. Like, that could be Miami. They should have won the game earlier in the year overseas. Yeah. They didn't. I do think at home the Chiefs just win that game. I just do. I don't know. I don't know why, but I do. Give me the Jags to beat the Colts at home, and then give me the Bills to beat Cleveland. All right. Now all of a sudden we have a Bills at Ravens game, and we have a Jags at Chiefs rematch. Give me the Ravens over the Bills in a very close one, and that game is going to be so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then give me the Chiefs to somehow win again.
So annoying. I hate
Over the Jags. Like, I just think they could beat the Jags. I do. And so we have a Chiefs at Ravens AFC Championship game, and I'm taking the Ravens. So the Ravens
steamroll them.
Ravens to the Super Bowl. All right, NFC. San Fran number 1 seed, Philly 2, Lions 3, Bucks 4. I have the Bucks beating the Packers this weekend.
Philly beating Dallas out.
What? Yes, I do. I have the Cowboys at 5, the Packers at 6, Rams at 7. Give me the Eagles slightly over the Rams. Give me the Lions over the Packers.
Slightly, too.
Right.
The
Right.
Rams, Eagles, like,
Stafford's
Rams
a
could drop
nut
them off.
job.
Dude, don't you like that matchup for Stafford?
Dude,
I'd love it for Stafford.
If I didn't know their record,
Hey,
the
against
give me
Rams
the
are gonna
Rams,
win.
dude.
Give me the
Rams.
Rams. Give me the Rams.
Give me Dallas, of course, to beat Tampa in a closer game than I think people will think at Tampa. Like, that's not going to be super fun for
Dallas
Dallas.
doesn't play well on grass. Fun stat of the day: Dallas is 0-2 on the road against teams that are over 500 that also play not indoors. Sneaky stat.
Interesting.
Very
that.
weird. Dak and his team on turf indoors is like a lot different.
What I think is crazy is that we're all like, I think Ty said it, and I think Kurt said it as well. I think the Cowboys are better than the Lions this year. Like, they're just overall, give me the Cowboys to win that game. I think the Lions can win, so don't quote me on it, but I think I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win. The fact that the Cowboys have to go then play at the Niners in a rematch outside, give me the Niners to beat the Cowboys, and then the Lions get to go at the Eagles and try to pay them back for last year's first game of the season in Detroit when the Lions lost by like 3, and they both scored a ton of points. And I think the Lions match up well against the Eagles. I really do. I have the Lions going to the NFC Championship, losing to the 49ers. And so give me a Ravens-Niners Super Bowl and give me the Niners to actually win it all.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe I'm saying that because I actually think, like, I love Lamar, and I think it's his year, and he could absolutely win it. If I'm telling him he's going to go there, he has a chance. But my goodness, that game would be so fun. A rematch of the Harbaugh Brothers Super Bowl that Baltimore won.
Hey, let's revisit this segment in a few weeks and see how close we were to getting the seeding right.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
By the way, I just someone just said the Titans deserve a spot. I just did a thing where the Titans win every single game and they still don't.
Yeah, they're not. The Titans have a very hard road. They also have tough games too. So
I just did, like, with everything. I haven't changed anything. I just changed Titans win out, and they literally still don't make it.
Yeah.
Is Kurt good?
I don't know.
He left, so maybe some food arrived or something like that. He ordered some room service.
Okay, doubt that because
he's a casual walk off.
Yeah, just a casual walk off. All right, guys, that's our that was super fun, by the way, dude. I love the playoff machine. Yeah. You guys can check that out, ESPN.com/NFL/playoff/machine, and fill out your own and see what you have going on. Tag us at Ninja Invictus, at Beard Blevins, and at Kurt Benkert on Twitter if you want us to check it out tonight after the show. Thursday Night Football, guys. We're going to talk about a couple games here before we close, and then we're going to make a lock of the week. But we are forced again to watch Thursday Night Football, Chargers at Raiders. Yep. Easton Stick versus maybe Jimmy G, maybe O'Connell.
Yeah,
we don't know yet.
I think it's O'Connell right now.
The latest was that there's no choice made and that O'Connell's in jeopardy.
Oh, okay.
So could be Jimmy G coming back. Could be O'Connell. Either way, horrible Thursday night game. Raiders are favored by 3, which they didn't even score on Sunday against the Vikings. The over-under is a whopping 34.5. But we're talking about it because it's on tomorrow night and nothing else is. What do you guys got?
Yeah. Give me, and I know that they've been limiting his touches. Dude, give me Eckler over 25 touches between rushes and receptions.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna be the star. He's gonna be the only person that really is touching that ball. I actually have a parlay I think I cooked up where it's literally, I think it's like Eckler for 2 touchdowns. Like it's like plus like 900 or something, plus something crazy. But I was like, dude, if they somehow get down the field and like they're in the red zone, they're not going to throw the ball. Like,
dude, I could see this being like, I could see this being like a 17-14 game, and I could see it being like a 38-35 game.
Yeah, right. Where it's just both defenses collapse somehow, and you know these backup quarterbacks pop off. Who knows, dude? Look what Dobbs did, right? He came out first 2 games. He was an absolute star. No one knew what to expect on how he played, and they couldn't defend him. Right?
Give me 17-14 Raiders. I'll take the Raiders. But I hate that. That game is.
I think Eckler's going to go crazy.
I do too.
Like 20 to 30 fantasy points, dead serious. And I think the Chargers win like 13-10.
I don't know, man. I think we're going a little low here, dude. Allow me to toss my hat into the ring.
Please do.
I wouldn't touch this over under, personally, because I think when the Thursday night football game,
Thursday night
Raiders. I mean, if anything,
Kurt, wait, hold on, Kurt. Were you just called by the Raiders?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't be shocked. That might be a death wish.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, dude. Give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers over the Raiders. I actually think the backup will pop off. I just do. I love backup quarterbacks. I do, because it's so fun. It's either going to be an absolute snooze fest, or it's going to be like, which is like, okay, you expect that, or he just balls, dude. He pulls a Browning, right? Where Browning's first game against the Steelers was actually like electric. Like they designed that game for him to throw the ball. I lost so much money that week because I was like, this is going to be all Mixon, bro. I had like Mixon touches, Mixon receptions, like I had everything. And like he never touched the ball. I think Mixon got like under 50 yards that game, and Browning was an all-star. So I know they're going to dial up something for Eckler, and I think that he's definitely going to be like, maybe the first couple of plays are going to be some nice screens. They're going to get him the ball. They're going to try to get the run game going. But I think he could pop off and surprise everybody. The Raiders defense is obviously electric, but I don't know. Give me the over. Again, I don't bet on the over or under personally, and give me the Chargers over the Raiders. Give me like 21 to like 18. Some weird little Raiders.
All right, Kurt, give us your takes, my friend, on
safety, dude.
Chargers at Raiders.
Yeah, so this game's tricky for me. I was actually leaning Chargers until I found out Keenan Allen was out, and I think the Chargers are super decimated, and I think that the Raiders defense is actually like sneaky good, weirdly sneaky good, mainly Max Crosby, and I'm losing all faith in Staley across the board. So I'm going to take the Chargers to win. I'm going to take the Raiders to win. What is the line set for that right now?
34 and a half?
It's 34 and a half. Yep. Raiders minus 3.
I would be hammering the under. I'm hammering Raiders minus 3. And I just think, dude, this might be the last week we see Staley in a Chargers outfit. Coaching. Yeah. This could be the end of it all for him.
Fire him early. All right.
Yeah, I mean he's gone.
Yeah,
there's
just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, there's some insiders saying he's done there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell him we're gonna say go inside D's and just let it happen this week.
And inside D's, let's go inside Lambeau Field real quick.
Yeah.
Tampa at Green Bay. Green Bay's favored by 3.5. Over under set at 41.5. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Hold up. Tampa at Green Bay?
Yeah,
I'm saying the over hits.
Green Bay's
over hits in my opinion. I think I'm going to say Green Bay is going to win this game, but it is going to take this game's going to come down to who does the less dumb shit. Like, does Baker Mayfield do dumb shit? Then they lose. If Jordan Love and company does dumb shit, they lose. And whoever plays the cleanest game, protects the football better, is going to win this game. And there's going to be points scored. That's just the way it's going to be. So that's kind of how I look at it. Packers should win. Will they? They might not. And if they don't, then like it's really on the outside looking in for the playoffs, because then they have Panthers, Vikings, Bears. Like they should beat the Panthers, should beat the Vikings, but the Bears are no slouch now. And it could be a playoff game there for the
the Packers could be in a playoff game for the second straight year, week 18.
Yep. And
that's crazy.
Versus the Bears in Lambeau.
They did lose last year's playoff game, week 18, to the Lions.
Yep, sure did.
Yep,
we love that.
Yep.
Dude, give me Tampa to win this game. Give me like a 27-21, dude. 27-21 over Green Bay. So that hits the over. Calling it, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Tampa wins 24-17. And I think the Packers still make the playoffs and go to Detroit for a playoff game. So no disrespect to what the Packers have done. None at all. I just think Tampa's a bad matchup for them. And I think that Baker Mayfield's going to cook. It's 40 degrees and sunny on Sunday in Lambeau.
Dude, if you look at this Bucks like season, they're not bad. Like they lost to the Eagles, they lost to the Lions. They didn't play well against Lions, but like they only lost to the Falcons one time by 3, lost to the Bills by 6, lost to the Texans by 2 in that like crazy shootout.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the game with the 49ers until the end. They lost to them only by 2 touchdowns. Really, were only down by 7 most of the game. Barely lost to the Colts, and then they just won 2 close games that were shootouts. Like they're 6-17. That's not bad.
I think. All right, let's just do some recency stuff, dude.
It's just some recency, Chris. Hit me with it.
All right, over the last 7 games, the Packers are scoring a touchdown on 1/4 of their drives. Okay. Or sorry, no, that's the last 5 games, and they're 7th in the NFL. That's what it is. Dude, I know they lost to the Giants, and that stings. But I think that they're playing better football right now than Tampa Bay. So I think it's going to be like Kurt said, I think it's going to be a slugfest. Give me like 24-22 Packers. And it might be 22-21 and they go down and get that last second field goal.
So Chris loves the Tampa plus 3.5.
Yeah.
And the over in both of those scenarios, I think.
Yeah.
I
Almost
think the over is
42.
a lock this week.
Yep.
I like
Should
that,
be.
dude. I'm a
All right,
slam it.
guys.
Dude, they're playing really efficient on offense.
We got Vikings, Bengals. Somehow the Bengals are favored by 3.
I don't know. What do you
I
mean
like
somehow?
the Bungles. I like the Bungles.
I mean,
a lot.
dude, I'm just saying.
Are we
like,
not like? Are you guys not watching the same Jake Browning
Over-
that I am? It's kind of
Guy,
annoying.
I'll
me.
be honest, Ty. I'll be honest. I saw Jake Browning against the Jags, and a lot of his throws were literally negative 2 yards and then screens, and then 3 to 4 yards down the field. So I didn't see like
He hit some bangers.
Burrow stuff.
He has, dude.
I didn't
both
watch
those
the Colts game.
games.
I didn't watch the Colts
He's had
game
a
because
few
I was.
bombs.
Dude, he's just doing like I'm telling you, man. Like he's managing the game.
All right, dude.
and
Who you
that's
got
why
then, dude? Vikings, Bengals. Bengals minus 3. Over under 39.5.
Give me the Bengals. Give me under. Actually, with Jefferson back, I still think give me the Bengals and give me under.
Browning versus Mullins.
Bro. Yeah, give me the Bengals. Give me the under. And give me like a nice 21-10.
I think the Bengals roll them.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, dude, I like 21-10. I don't think it'll be close though. Maybe even like 21-3.
Dang. So Vikings plus 3 might be in play for your lock of the week later, which we'll talk about. That
Yeah.
was a joke. It's Bengals minus
yeah.
3. Chris?
Yeah, give me the Bengals by 5. I really want to see Mullins play. So this is really hard for us to predict because we don't know what he's going to look like in this offense. So give me like 18-23 Bengals.
All right, give me Mullins is the reason why the Lions make the playoffs and win a couple games because we're going to get momentum off of smacking him twice. He is negative 3 rushing yards in his career.
Oh, it's not my lock.
He's not
Lions are going to smack him twice. I think the Bengals will beat them 20-10.
Okay.
20-10, which is the under. And I love the under in this game. Browning versus Mullins. No one's watching that game unless you're betting on it or you're a Vikings and Bengals fan. Like, that's it. All right, guys. Saturday night, Broncos at Detroit. Line opened up at 6. Went down to 5.5, then 5, then 4. A lot of money came in on the Lions at first, and then a lot of money came in on the Broncos. It's at -4, over under 47.5, which I have to look up, but I think is the highest over under for any Broncos game all season. What do you guys think? Prime time, baby.
I got one for Kurt.
Oh,
Kurt,
man.
Kurt, you ready for this? Because he was kind of talking about game script. Denver is 7-1 this season when they score first. They are 0-5 when their opponent scores first. Detroit is 7-0 when scoring first this season. Detroit is 2-4 when the opponent scores
Oh my
first.
gosh.
Give me the team that scores first.
Holy
I like that.
cow.
I in Detroit.
So do we live bet this?
Yeah, we live bet this
we
game.
live bet it,
boy.
dude. Whoever gets the ball first.
In Detroit,
Whoever scores first,
I
John.
like the Lions to win a way closer game than Vegas. I could see this being like a 1 to 3 point game because, dude, the Broncos defense, if you check, they are freaking lights out the last 5 weeks. They are playing phenomenal football. And it's everywhere. It's across the board.
I disagree, Chris. It's not on their run defense is still really bad.
So give me the Lions and make it like, God, I hate this game. Give me 27-24.
Man. Dude, like the Lions can't lose again, right?
No.
yes.
So
They haven't lost 2 games in a row in over a
yes.
year and a half.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go 24-20. Lions win.
That's it's that area.
That's gonna be the under, and I think it's gonna be a weirder defensive game, but not
Yeah.
because of not big plays. I think the Broncos don't run a lot of plays in a game. I think they run the least amount of plays, maybe next to the Browns of most teams in the league. Someone has to fact check me on that, but the Broncos play conservative, like run the ball, grind the clock, ball control. And I think it's going to make it not as high scoring as we would think. But I think Jared Goff has to take care of the football this game, and I think he's going to. And I think that Ben Johnson's going to put him in a position to do that. so that the Denver front cannot just tee off. So give me the Lions barely 24-20 in a game that like I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
I'm not going to touch this game either. I don't think. I might make some like. Sorry, John.
I love
You
it.
go.
I've got my stats. I got my stats. Go ahead, Ty.
All right, dude. Give me the Lions over the Broncos. Just because I feel like we need this win. It's massive. It's such a big win for us. Because I do think we can win against the Vikings 2-0. For that, because of the position that they're in.
You guys will forget about this weird stretch you've been in once these next 3 games are over.
That's what I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. So give me the. I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring. Nah, our defense is terrible. Give me like 28-24 Lions.
All right. Let me hit you guys with some stats.
Give it to me.
The Detroit Lions are a top 10 defense against the run still, even after this 4-week stretch. We are not great against mobile quarterbacks. We're not playing a mobile quarterback. And he's not going to be able to run for that much. I do think
make him look mobile.
I do think he will run for more first downs than he should. So don't get me wrong.
What's his line set at?
I like that.
Yeah, we have to take the over Russell Wilson rushing yards. It's probably set at like 11 or 11.
I'm going to let you know in no time.
Yeah, go look it up. The Lions are at home. They have not lost 2 games in a row in a long time, and this is, I think, a good matchup for us in a very big way. I think Goff's going to get right back at it. The Dolphins have one of the worst defenses in the league the first 6 weeks. I think that the Lions are going to win this game 40-10, and I really do. And I think we're going to run the ball for 200 yards and throw it for 200 plus. And I think we're going to smoke them, and it's going to make Lions fans happy again until they lose to the Cowboys in 2 weeks.
Guys, Jared Goff's over under right now.
By the way,
1.5 rushing yards.
By the way, real quick, Kurt, before you go, Kurt, Jared Goff has thrown for over 1,000 yards more than Russell Wilson has, and the Lions have a good run defense. That's why I do not think they have a chance to win this game.
Okay, I will tell you this right now. Russell Wilson's rushing line is set at 27.5.
Over.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Take the over.
Dude.
I don't know about that, man. That's a lot.
So this has been his last 5 weeks. Last 6 weeks that he's played, he's had 30, 30, 1, 34, 44, and 5. Basically, when he's had to run, he'll run. When he hasn't had to,
and he'll have to run. He'll have to run here.
So, like, it's not like, oh, maybe like what type of game is it going to be? Does he have to run to win the game? Probably going to have to, right? Like, that's what we're looking at.
Here's the thing that I feel like people aren't listening to what I'm saying, though. The Lions have a very, very good run defense. The Broncos have a very good run. Right. The Broncos have a very good run offense. Russell Wilson has thrown for 2,600 yards. I'm not. I could look it up real quick. Browning, I'm pretty sure, is already at 900. He's only played a couple of games. If you want to look at the difference between quarterbacks, Russell Wilson is not going to throw the ball for more than 300 yards against the Lions. Lions are going to win this game. It's not going to be close, and they're going to give us way too much hope before we lose in the playoffs.
JB, huh?
All right, dude. Let's go to the Cowboys at Bills. Bills are favored at home, -2.5. Over under set at 40, boys.
I have the Bills in this game.
Same.
I have the Bills. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills to win 31-28. And this is going to be one of those games that Dallas, again, this is literally my stat. They are 0-2 against teams that are over 500 outside. The Bills are outside. They're over 500. The Cowboys are not good when they're not on turf indoors. That's all I need to know. Josh Allen's trending. I think this is going to be one of those games that, like, this is just a tough game for the Cowboys. It's going to be a good football game that we all will love to watch, and they'll just happen to lose.
Wow.
So that's how I see it.
Chris?
Did I sway you a little bit, Chris?
I just hate this game.
Oh, we're talking Cowboys Bills, right?
Give me.
I don't even think it's gonna be close.
Give me the Bills 30-28.
Nah, dude. Give me the Cowboys. I'm on the train, bro. Give me the Cowboys 35-28.
You're on the Dak Guck.
I'm on the Dak. Go.
He's all over it, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't get off it, bro. I think that their offense is too good, and I think that their defense is also incredible.
Defense is
I think they're going to get to Josh. I don't care. Like Micah's going to find a way. He's going to feel that pressure, and I also just feel like they're on it, man.
Give me a prop bet for Josh Allen to shed a Micah Parsons sack for a touchdown throw.
I like that, dude. Give me at least one Josh Allen interception.
Might have a Josh Allen pick six in this game.
I
still
think,
like the Bills, but a Josh Allen pick six is like.
I like the Bills to win, even though I think the Cowboys would win at home. I think this game is one of those games where like both teams are good. Give me the Bills outside, like Kurt said, at home, needing to win a little more than Dallas does. And I just think I love Dak, and I think he's in the MVP conversation. So I'm not like same old Dak by any means, but give me a Dak pick this game. Like give me some struggles there heading into the playoffs.
Old school Dak pick.
Old school. They get like they're the 5 seed in the playoffs, likely, unless they somehow win a bunch and the Eagles lose a bunch. So I think the Bills find a way to win this game, dude. And I like the Bills minus 2.5.
Dak
and weirdly, I like the under.
Interception in 4 weeks, a whole month.
Yeah, that's a long
It's
time.
It's
a
time,
long
right?
time. Yep, 100%. Guys, let's not do Eagles Seahawks because we all think Eagles minus 4, right?
Yeah.
I like the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait a second.
At
Wait a
Seattle
second now.
at night.
Wait
You
a
guys
second
roasted
now.
me. You roasted me 2 weeks ago when I took Seattle at home on Thanksgiving at night against the Niners. I know
This
it's a different team.
This is a different
but
team.
I'm telling
Eagles
you,
are
dude,
not him.
Geno's hurt.
Geno's hurt, but look, the Eagles have to travel cross country, night game. Like they're gonna be sleepy. It's just this is another trap game.
I don't know.
It's another trap
I don't know
game.
about
Dude,
that
I got
being
Eagles fans in my
sleepy.
community who are very nervous about this game.
Dude, I would be too.
The Eagles are allowing a touchdown on 28% of their opponents' drives, first in the league.
Dude, think about what the Seahawks did to the Cowboys not long ago. Like they were in the game for a while, and look, they just got Kenneth Walker back last week. You know, a little bit of action. Now they're playing a home game, night game. Like the Eagles, dude. If you did not look at the Eagles' record and see that they had only 3 losses, you would think that they were like a 7-6 team right now with how they've been playing the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Listen,
I'm taking the Eagles minus 4.
give me the
Kirk,
Eagles
you
minus
taking the
4 as
Seahawks
well.
plus 4?
I'm taking the Seahawks alternate plus 7.5.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
That's what I'm taking.
I love that. We have to each give our. Here's what we're gonna do, Chris. I know you have to give your take on this. I think you already said Eagles minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this, guys. Different than a parlay for someone to tail. We'll do that again, but I want to give a lock of the week. I tailed Tyler on someone he trusted saying a lock of the week for an NBA pick.
I apologize.
And he owes me over $150.
Ooh.
It's okay. I'm doing well on
Wait,
other parlays,
don't
it's
you
fine.
owe Tyler?
No, I've
1,000
been
for
cashing Ty a couple of good ones lately,
respect?
including another
True.
NBA one he might have told me on tonight.
We might hit that tonight. We need the Knicks to pop off.
Yep.
And I almost just hit a crazy parlay too, but Malik Beasley decided to not score any points tonight. So
Yeah, Knicks are fine. They're only down 5. A lot of ball game left there. A whole bunch of time. Here's the deal, dude. I want us to give a lock of the week, boys. Like what you're the most confident putting your money on, and I don't want it to be anything other than an over/under, a close money line, or a point spread. Just one game, a lock of the week, where you're like, I'm putting money on this, and I'm thinking this is pretty good.
A game or a player? Or like
No,
a stat?
not a stat, not player stats. A team over, under, and or minus or plus points.
Okay, wait. Are we putting this into a parlay this weekend?
No, we're not putting a parlay. We can do it if we want to later, but
I
like
might have to.
I'm looking for a lock of the week from each of us. I'll go first to show you what I mean. I love this week. I think the Packers can win. I really do. I think it's gonna be a very close game, back and forth. But I love the Bucks plus 3.5 right now. That's a lot of points in a game I think is very evenly matched. So that is my lock of the week. Give me the Bucks plus 3.5.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I'm between 2 teams right now. But what I'm going to go with. Oh shit. Okay. My lock of the week is going to none other than the Atlanta Falcons -3 against the Panthers.
Ooh.
Okay.
That makes you nervous, but it excites me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat because Arthur Smith, dude, I swear to God, every time I touch him, in game,
I got a little
he
something.
does it to me.
What do you got, Ty?
I got a little something, dude. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the under. And give me -8.5. Chiefs. And if you can, I'd tease that to like.
So what's your lock though, dude? What's your lock of the week? Chiefs winning money line?
Yeah, give me Chiefs. Lock of the week.
Chiefs -9.5.
Chiefs. I like locks of the week. Lock of the week is Chiefs money line. Is a lock to me personally.
I like that.
I would slam. They're -400 right now. Like,
would you be willing to put $20,000 on the Chiefs to make 5?
to make 20,000 to make 5 to get 25,000? Yes, I would. There's an absolute 0% chance the Chiefs lose to the Patriots.
I think you're right. I think you're right, dude. But you just never. Belichick's defense, you just never know. But
you
I'm
never
with you.
know with the defense. But
with you.
I think that Mahomes. But like you can't really teach. You can prepare them for Mahomes as much as possible. But at the end of the day, Mahomes can literally just tear you apart because if the play extends, your defense falls apart.
I want to say that I'm really proud of you guys. I love the confidence in your voices.
You need it. This is a lock of the week.
So for my lock of the week, then if it's got to be a lock, give me the Ravens money line over the Jags. I think that they.
I like that, guys.
Slam.
I think every week
money line. It was Ravens money line.
Yeah.
I want to tail this quick. Plus
Guys,
3.5.
we all need to 1 unit.
Okay.
Must tail.
I'm doing it. You had plus 3.5, Kurt.
Plus 3.5. And then the Falcons. I love that
Falcons
-3.
Oh, you had Falcons -3.
Yep, Falcons -3.
Ravens to win, Bucks plus 3.5, Chiefs to win, Falcons -3. That is plus 642.
Is it really?
I'm putting a unit on that bad boy.
Tyler, you had what? Chiefs to win?
Yeah, just Chiefs to win.
And then John, you had what?
Bucks plus 3.5.
Chiefs to win, Bucks plus 3.5.
Falcons
Okay.
-3.5. Dude, this is. I'm like, is this a steal, dude? What the?
Hold on, Chiefs, and then
Is
what
it
was
free
yours,
money?
Chris?
I just put.
Chris's Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens money line.
Oh, dude.
This is spicy. This is spicy.
That's a lot spicier than I thought it was going to be.
I threw 54 on that.
Oh, the Ravens or the Falcons line moved to -3.5, so it's got to go to money line for me. Or I could probably tease that. I could tease.
I got Falcons -3 on mine.
I got Falcons -3.
All right,
I don't.
Okay. I just teased it. We're good.
I bet. There you go.
All right, boys.
There you go.
That's a lot.
Oh, the
man.
Knicks are down by 13, JB.
Guys, they'll be fine. There's a lot of ball game left, dude. A lot of fun
That was a good one.
tonight. Another
blast,
good
man.
sports show. We're going to be live next week at some point. Probably not Wednesday, according to Chris. So maybe Tuesday. We'll
Or
figure out
Thursday,
when.
yeah.
But we're going to do a normal stream next week.
What's next week's Thursday game?
You want to talk about it?
Well,
I
I'm
have
just
to go.
like,
Guys, I have to go. Jess
Okay.
is up. So if we can, but we'll be live next week. We'll let you guys know. Always, we'll tweet it out or we'll.
Dude,
I'll
Saints
follow my stream.
Rams.
The Rams.
That's kind of fun, though, next week.
I'm just saying we
Maybe-
can watch that game live.
Maybe we
the
do
show.
like
I'd
an
love to watch
hour
it.
sports show beforehand, regular for clips, and then watch it.
Okay.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it. Ty,
All right.
tell Jess we love her.
I will.
Chat, we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys follow us all on our social media. This is becoming even more official as we continue to move on. We're going to be doing sports all throughout the year. NCAA college basketball, NBA, NHL, March Madness is going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you follow us all on social media, and we'll see you next time. I hope your team wins.